Well, I tell you what, I am in the process of telling you what. I am about to proceed to tell you what. Telling you what commencing. I am about to finish telling you what.
Spat on my face.
Good.
Oh,
That's
God.
what it feels like to be told what.
That last one, Christ.
Welcome to the podcast, I tell you what.
Whoop, that's us. That's us. We did something.
We're Subconscious Garbage, and we're gonna review all of King of the Hill, season by season, episode by episode.
Until it fucking kills us.
Yeah, exactly. And when it does, we'll move on to another series, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we gotta dig into King of the Hill. We're gonna talk about detailed plot, we're gonna talk about stuff that's in it, we're gonna talk about stuff that's not in it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the animation, the plot, all the going into it. We're gonna talk about weird shit. We're also gonna swear, so if you got a problem with that, then don't watch.
No. Hell
Minimize.
Hell to the no.
Click out of here. Get out of here.
Get Bobby.
Bobby.
Get out of here.
Go to Dale's house.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
We should also specify that if you haven't seen the show, then what are you doing? It's a fucking good show, dude. Watch it.
There's no way you haven't seen at least one episode by now.
This is strictly supplemental. You should watch it before you do this, but if you haven't, then I'm not gonna
watch
stop
afterwards.
You. Oh, I guess,
watch
yeah.
After.
It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
You can get it there.
Or cable.
Oh yeah.
Probably on cable.
Yeah, I think Adult Swim still airs some episodes.
Walk over to your grandma's house and be like, "Hey, Grandma, where's your TV box?"
And then she won't know.
Dig out the tube. We gotta watch King of the Hill.
Get the clicker out.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, episode 1, just titled Pilot. It starts out with them just fixing the truck, just kind of sitting around. They're talking about dude stuff, and it really goes nowhere, which is kind of the preface for, I think, what they wanted the show to do. They specifically mentioned Seinfeld, which I think is kind of an homage to what they're trying to do.
It's a quick juxtaposition for sure.
The opening credits plays, and it cuts to Hank trying to get Bobby ready for the baseball game. Bobby is listening to some comedians talk about prank phone calls, and Hank is immediately disappointed, as he would be. He then walks in on Luann, and that is for some reason there, and it isn't established that she is living there, when they could have easily just edited a later scene into this one.
Could have done that.
I don't know why they didn't just explain that Luann was just staying there indefinitely.
No, it did seem like this was just a person.
Yeah, it was
there.
Really for Luann, by the way, is Peggy's niece. If you're not.
See, I didn't even know that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I don't watch that much.
It's Peggy's brother's daughter.
Okay, we'll probably figure out later. Because I haven't seen much of King of the Hill. I've only ever seen reruns online or on the telly.
I have seen every episode at least 6 times.
Okay.
So you have come to the right place, my friend. It cuts to the hills, you drive into Bobby's ball game where they have a, back and forth talk about giving 110% and what it means.
113.
112.
Well, 13's unlucky, so I mean...
Oh, yeah.
That's Peggy's line, sorry.
It cuts to Bobby sucking at baseball. He obviously doesn't want to be there.
Uh-huh.
He barely hits it, and he makes it to first base. He's too distracted by his father to notice the ball incoming, and he gets hit and gets a black eye. They stop by Megalomart to get tools for Hank, specifically a tap and die and some WD-40.
This is where the memes come in.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Hank goes to Megalomart. He's annoyed by the teenage employee who obviously doesn't want to be there. He has an outburst in the middle of the store, as normal boomers do when they get angry. People notice Hank being, Hank, and they start gossiping, and, game of telephone happens where they misconstrued the story, and eventually a social worker is told about the whole fiasco, or he's just And so they call an investigation upon the Hill House to make sure that they're fucking not beating their child like everyone says they do.
Well, everyone does, but they don't like to see it.
Yeah. The social worker by the name of Anthony Page. He wasn't really addressed by his full name in this episode, but there is another episode where he shows up. I found out a name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've only ever seen that character once in this season.
Yeah, he comes back season 5, I want to say.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Those are the only 2 episodes that he was in. His name is Anthony Page.
What a Twig Boy name.
Oh.
He gets called Twig Boy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he do. It shows off more of the characters by having Dale go on a weird conspiracy theory rant. For global.
That's this character.
Hank gets increasingly annoyed at Bobby bouncing a ball, and Bobby also hits his mother in the head, which gives her another bruise.
That's just what you do.
I mean, yeah, honestly.
At least that's what Bobby does. Bobby knows exactly what to do. With everything that he's been doing.
Honestly. Dale is being annoying while Hank is fixing his truck, as usual.
That's Dale.
He causes him to slip and get hurt, and he gets increasingly pissed off to the point where he has a huge outburst to Anthony.
I agree. I would be pissed off too.
Meanwhile, Dale continues to be annoying again, releasing Hank's brake cable and, denting his garage door.
Because that's Dale.
Exactly, that is. Anthony interviews Hank about his narrow urethra, as I wrote down.
Narrow urethra.
He interviews Hank about the situation with Bobby and what's happening, and then, Hank gets more annoyed at the Twig Boy in his house, judging his behavior. Anthony is eventually chased out of the house by Hank because Hank is an angry boomer.
Hank is an angry boomer.
He is.
Hank, if I had to rate boomers on this show, I think Hank would be on top.
Honestly.
And then it would be, I'd have to say maybe Bill.
I would, yeah.
Hank, Bill, Dale, just all the guys.
yeah. I mean, that is their character. They're meant to be just, they're meant to be people that you recognize from your life who are just not with it. They're just in their own isolated world. Anthony moves on to Dale's house where he's interviewed about him. That kind of goes nowhere except for it introduces the plot point that his wife is cheating on him. There's that part, but it also introduces Joseph for the first time, Dale's illegitimate son.
Love child with John Redcorn.
Yeah, oh yeah.
El adulteress.
Bobby is hanging out with Joseph, talking about the weird shit that's going on. And they do Hank impressions, talking about beating other people up because they learned it from Hank. And Anthony overhears thinking that it's Hank, and he desperately tries to get Bobby to go into the fucking Child Protective Services to get rehomed and get a foster family, where Bobby declines. Bobby continues to do Bobby things like stealing a stop sign and hammering a drill into it.
What the fuck was that? Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta, dude.
Just gotta hammer some shit.
It's kind of... I kind of did shit like that when I was Bobby's age.
I would be reprimanded if... I would be fucking...
Well, that's the point. The thing is that Bobby is doing it because he knows that Hank can't do anything about it because they'll take him away. He has this leverage over Hank.
And that's the best part.
Yeah.
That's the kicker in the episode.
Yep. Anthony goes on to the Child Protective Services manager, where he eventually gets rejected despite having kind of pretty solid evidence against Hank.
From the outside view, yeah.
Cause
oh yeah.
From his perspective, he witnessed Hank, first of all, throwing baseballs at him, threatening his life.
Oh, hell yeah.
Chasing him, and also threatening his son, quote unquote.
It was not the best time in the Hill House.
But he gets rejected solely because he didn't interview the Little League coach.
Yeah.
Who would know.
Which is a little crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because of that, it all falls apart. And they call the Hill House to tell them that the investigation's off, but Bobby intercepts the call and just doesn't tell anybody because, he wants to have this leverage. He wants to do Bobby things and not have any repercussions.
Just Bobby things. Whenever I think of doing anything that has to do with Bobby, I think, why can't I be Bobby and why can't I do Bobby things?
Exactly, dude. Luann fixes the truck, which is a trope that's only touched on a few times within the series, which I feel like they wanted to go on a little more.
I would have loved to see Luann go on to be something like that. Maybe that was their design.
Yeah, I think that is, because the thing is that, Luann obviously has a very good innate skill for fixing cars and trucks and stuff. But she... I don't know, I think she's kind of tied down by her community with needing to do girly things, because she obviously wants to go into cosmetology, but she's really laughably bad at it.
Yeah, just chooses to do the thing she's bad at solely because no one would be questioning it.
Yeah. Which is kind of a thing that you see a lot.
Yeah, but it's even done, even from back then, somewhat of a... Obviously, because of her ability to fix vehicles in a satirical way. The show takes on so many different satire comments on culture back then.
It's very subtle, and I appreciate that a lot in the show.
Yeah, it doesn't ever just be like, I'm Family Guy, I'm blowing a fucking... I don't watch Family Guy, I don't know. But, it's not like Family... It's a lot more mellow, totally behind the grounds. If you're not paying attention, if you're falling asleep, you're not going to catch it.
No.
You're not going to like the show. You got to watch the show.
It's a very detail-oriented show.
And you wouldn't think that when you first see it. You'd think, oh, this is just another one of those, fucking Gen whatever fucking shows where you just put it on in the background, but it actually has merit to it.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Judge knows what he was doing.
Oh, yeah. He's a very good writer.
I don't know what he's touched that hasn't been bad, except for that one that I can't remember the name of now, but it was bad.
Good Family?
Good Family.
That one.
No one talks about Good Family.
It's like the inverse of King of the Hill.
It is not in the good way.
Because it's not relatable at all.
No.
It's just kind of like making fun of liberals, the show.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he felt required to do that since because obviously King of the Hill is making fun of a more conservative audience. Or not audience, but conservative demographic.
Right.
Because, that's what Mike Judge knew. He grew up in Texas. So he obviously knows the ins and outs of their mindset.
Of Arlen itself.
Honestly.
He even grew up where Hank grew up. I don't know if that's true.
Arlen doesn't exist in real life.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Bazinga! I honestly didn't know that.
Oh, no, it's based on certain areas around, but it's based on Arlington, Texas.
That's the name I know.
Yeah, but Arlen itself doesn't exist.
Cool. It made it feel like it existed.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It feels like a very, cut and dry, generic, small town.
Southern Midwest town. Yeah. That was nice. So where were we?
Oh, yeah. Bobby's continuing to anger Hank by, doing Bobby things. And eventually Peggy finds out about Bobby lying about the whole thing. And then she tells Hank, where he gets immediately angry and...
I'll kill him! That was funny.
The reason he's doing this is that he can go away with all of this stuff while still making his dad love him, which he didn't think. Which I probably wouldn't think either if I was Bobby. I never really see much positivity come from Hank up until this point.
No, he doesn't seem like the kind of dad that would take you to the park and show you things about anything other than what he cared about.
Yep.
Propane and propane accessories.
Exactly.
That's all you need to know, son.
Eventually, Peggy tells him that he needs to tell Bobby that he loves him regardless of things. But he can't do it because he's a stuck-up man.
He's a manly man.
He's got that toxic masculinity in him from his father.
I wouldn't be surprised that he totally would just sing YMCA when it's on and just do the dance and everything like everyone else does.
What are you talking
You know, like
about?
you know that song?
I'm
YMCA?
aware of the song, but that is not Hank.
YMCA. No, like that's where he came from. Like that's the kind of people that would be him.
That is
That's his
not.
life. He is that generation of music. You know what I mean?
He was born in the 50s.
Yeah, but like he probably likes YMCA.
No, he doesn't. He's
what
a
do
weird.
you mean?
YMCA is a gay song, according to Hank standards, probably.
I don't know anything about when YMCA came out.
It was in the 80s.
Oh, well maybe. No, I feel like you would still like it. Anyway.
What was that about?
Nothing at all.
All
like the
right.
show.
It first introduces Cotton at this scene, a flashback of him yelling at Hank about him being a war hero and whatever.
Good old Shinny, I like to call him.
Exactly.
Or you should call him Shinless. Get it? Like shameless, but shinless.
He doesn't have shins, that's the joke.
Yeah.
He got him shot off to
I am
WW2, as he
World
called
War win. That's what
it.
we say.
That's... Anyway. Hank awkwardly tells Bobby that he loves him, and then they just do this weird play fighting thing where Anthony just kind of intercepts it and was like, "You hit him, bro."
The
I was
fuck?
right.
The fuck?
But which, like, by the way, why is a bus going through a back alley of a
Right.
of a suburb?
In that area, that should not have happened.
Not to mention, Anthony has a car.
Right, yeah.
Why
like,
isn't he driving?
he just took his fucking... Oh, I guess because he hit his Geo. Maybe he was in the shop.
No, yeah,
Hank
yeah.
hit the
Hank
Geo.
did hit his
He
Geo.
wanted to fix that dent? I don't know. The way he called it his Geo, I'd think he'd care about that car a lot.
True.
The first joke shown on King of the Hill, Dale fucking Gribble himself, says, you know what's wrong with it? It's a Ford.
You know what Ford stands for, don't you?
Fix it again, Tony.
Which I quote on a
Oh
pretty
my God.
regular basis. I'm sure you're sick of that by now.
Well, I mean, yeah, you do quote it a lot. You fucking... Every damn day I swear to God I hear it. It's
pretty
fucking-
much.
It's annoying as hell, but
Every time there's some sort of car problem.
of course. That's exactly what.
They also talk about, when they're talking about Seinfeld, I don't peg Hank as being a big Seinfeld fan.
No.
But he says, "Oh, heck, I missed it."
Yeah.
So he obviously cares about it, but weird.
He does seem like the type that would just watch like sports and then go to bed.
Yeah, he really
Every
does.
night. He probably does.
I'd imagine so.
How many times have you heard him say, I like this new generation of music, and not thought of a meme?
Yeah, that's a pretty... The pilot is probably the most edited episode of King of the Hill.
Right.
Yeah, your YouTube poops.
Yeah.
They're all the
YouTube.
meme
Fucking
compilation.
YouTube poops. What the fuck? God. That brings back memories.
That one and, what's the other one that's always... It's not in this one.
I don't remember. But anyone who
The one
doesn't-
where they're having a... That's my purse one.
Oh yeah, that's
That
my
one's
purse.
always fucking...
That's my purse.
Those two
I
are
don't know you.
like the only ones that ever get edited. I swear.
For anyone who doesn't know what a YouTube poop is, good. You've learned how to live.
And
A normal life.
if you're feeling masochistic, look up some King of the Hill ones.
Those are fucking great, honestly.
Yeah, I think they're one of the best formats for them.
Yeah. Trickle down waterfalls. There they go. What the fuck? Wow, that's really funny.
No chasing waterfalls.
That was good. Bobby's saying okay a lot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad. That's
I-
his catchphrase. Nonchalant. Bobby's a nonchalant. You
Yeah.
know,
I feel, because he just kind of goes with it. He doesn't really know what's going
and
on.
that's his character.
Honestly.
He's one of those trying to well, kids, I guess.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And you got the role models of all the guys just influencing him in so many fucking ways. It's fucking great. It's the best part of that, Bobby. I tell you what.
Yeah, he's a really shallow character in this first season. It takes him a while to get, like, fleshed out, and I don't know if it's really I feel like it's the confidence level of the voice actress that does it.
It must be.
She definitely feels a lot more confident in Bobby in, like, some of the later seasons rather than the earlier ones. I don't know. Maybe it's Bobby's character change. Maybe he was written to be less nervous, but...
Who knows? It seems like it for sure.
Yeah.
And Peggy, too. Peggy's a really fucking boring character.
Yeah, she was... I feel like... Because she was, like, more meant to be a boring character, but I feel like they realized that they couldn't go off of that for a while, so they just kind of made her a narcissist instead.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And that's a shame, but whatever.
Yeah, I really don't like that character trope at all, but...
I don't like that she was written to be not a good character.
No. Yeah, she's a really frustrating character.
Yeah, she's still funny, though.
Yeah, she has her moments.
Kind of like a semi-racist, obviously racist way in some moments. It's funny that way, if you like that kind of thing, but Christ, yeah. Hank likes to kick some wildcat butt with Bobby. That's what they do all day, you know. They kick wildcat butt.
Why'd you write that?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I like the quote. He likes to kick wildcat butt. It really... The way that Bobby just kind of just brushed over it just kind of shows how Bobby is. That his vulnerability to garbage habits are just fucking... It's such a...
That his first instinct when being given freedom is to do that.
Yeah, just to be like, okay, let's just think nothing of it and just go right on with it. And his fucking impressionist mind, it just develops through all the seasons, I hope. I haven't seen all of them. The first season so far shows a little bit of progress.
Yeah, especially in the fourth episode, it kind of shows him more as, like, a person rather than a...
He becomes more of a character at that point.
Yeah.
It's just so much more pleasant to look at his fucking face.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, you're getting those good feels about that character. You're looking at him, you're like, oh, he's gonna say something funny or do some stupid shit.
Yeah, he's either the comic relief or he's relatable. Because like at this point, he's just kind of there. He doesn't have. He's kind of more of a plot device than anything.
And the animation when he got hit by the baseball, it's like,
that was really. They put a lot of effort into Bobby.
It looked really
falling
good,
over.
But it's not good like that anymore. So don't think that's something like that. That it looked not like the art style. I think that's why they stopped trying that hard. I didn't put any keyframes into things like that anymore. But I don't think anyone else has been hit by baseballs very much.
Probably not.
So I guess that makes sense. But anyway.
Yeah, I feel like the animation is kind of... They depend on the reference material a lot.
Yeah.
And you can see it specific in the scene where Peggy is talking about Hank, about Bobby, talking to Hank about Bobby thinking that he doesn't love him. Her face rarely moves. It's just her still face and her mouth is moving. It's just kind of... I don't know if that's summed up to budget or if they just...
I don't have a clue. Because if they chose to do that, like what in God's name thought less keyframes is better in this scene?
Maybe they were just rushed, which is a thing that happens a lot in animation.
Yeah, I mean that's a fucking damn shame. I tell you what. I want to talk about Boomhauer.
Okay, what about him?
So exactly, who the fuck knows? What the fuck is that guy saying?
I don't know. I think. Well, the joke is that they don't really know what he's saying either. They just kind of go along with it. And so does Boomhauer. Which
is kind of funny. It's kind of like in the movies when there's like an animal that can talk. Or like Garfield. Let's use Garfield as an example.
Okay.
Like how Garfield, when he like talks and like John doesn't know what he's saying, it's kind of like that, but like sometimes he does know what he's saying, I think. And that's kind of like how they act with Boomhauer. Boomhauer is now officially Garfield.
Yeah, I want to see Boomhauer drawn as Garfield.
Yeah. That would act... You know what? We're going to spend some time on that.
By us, you mean me.
Yes, you can draw.
Yes.
I cannot draw. I just fucking talk. So, fucking Boomhauer, the way that he's... The catcher, the ball catcher...
Oh, yeah, he was the
hilarious. I was like, that's a good use of a useless character.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, they really recycled characters in these early episodes.
Yeah, and I was fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm not worried by that kind of stuff.
It makes it feel a lot smaller than it really is, though. I like when they have just kind of disposable characters.
The universe does open up a lot in the next seasons.
Yeah, especially because I feel like the ladies who were gossiping about Hank, I feel like they wanted to add them in more places and more situations, but they just never really did.
No, yeah. Well, that's the beauty of having your own show. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
I'm glad, because they're shit characters.
Yeah, that would have been a weird direction. Yeah, Boomhauer is fucking hilarious. I don't know any other way to describe him other than use subtitles if you want to know what he's saying.
Honestly, I can understand him just fine.
I have a fucking hard time. I cannot do it.
I sometimes talk like Boomhauer, and you know that.
Yeah. I think we all do sometimes.
Yeah, we all got a little Boomhauer in all of us.
I specifically fucking ramble on about garbage all the fucking time.
Which is why we named the podcast that.
Yeah. Fucking stupid shit TM. That's us.
I like that they made Boomhauer the voice of reason in some of the other episodes.
They did. And that was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
But it fit really well.
It does. Especially because people can't understand them, so it's really easy to gloss over it.
Yeah. He does just kind of mellow the whole fucking morals and just goes on through more. Like, you don't need it after you talk to Boomhauer on this episode. Just think about him, and then he's gone. You know? It's great.
And Boomhauer, I think, is the only character who really hasn't changed at all throughout the... I guess he does change a bit. He kind of loses the voice of reason role a bit in the later seasons. He just kind of becomes the comedic guy, but all the other ones, they just kind of
sit with it.
Yeah, they needed time to figure out the ins and outs of especially Bill. I think he's the one who changed a lot.
Let's talk about Bill. Who the fuck is Bill?
In the first episode, I feel like they wrote him to be like Hank number 2.
Yeah.
Honestly, because he really didn't have any personality.
Basically,
in these early ones.
Hank that broke bad. Or I guess broke down. I guess you should say.
But even in the first couple episodes, it wasn't even like that until they introduced the fact that he was in a divorce, and then he just kind of became Flanderized from there as
Flanderized?
That's what it's called.
Really?
Flanderization.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought that was just the character on the fucking The Simpsons.
I mean, that's where it comes from.
Oh, really?
Yep.
See, I don't know my Simpsons trivia. That's just something I gotta live with.
Yeah, that's when a character just becomes fan servicey.
Oh, okay.
When they kind of... Because Flanders was like this weird Christian neighbor who was just kind of quirky, and he'd show up every once in a while, but then he just kind of... That consumed his personality.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
Shallow as hell.
Yeah. Like Bill, for example, he was supposed to be this just generic white dude, and then he just became this sad, childish man baby.
Fucking man baby, that's Bill.
Honestly.
He wears the bib and everything.
He does.
He does seem like he wears a bib. Fucking piece of shit. No. Bill reminds me of none of my relatives, and that's what I like about him. I am not that. I haven't seen anyone like that guy.
Yeah.
Thank God. That's what's great about him. His voice is really good, too.
Yeah, it really fits him a lot.
They did good with his voice.
It has the subtle melancholy.
It's just there. You know exactly who's talking when Bill's talking.
Speaking of Flanderization, Dale.
Dale?
Yeah, he was written to be this conspiracy theorist who's just kind of annoying and gets in the way, but as the season goes on, he kind of loses that conspiracy theorist and more becomes... he becomes more of just a coward.
A coward? That's a fun way to say it.
He is. I mean...
Oh, I guess you're right.
Yep.
That does make sense now that I'm thinking about it.
He just kind of gets in the way, and he just kind of loses that. And then he becomes dumber. Moron. Which, is the trope, the obvious that he spends so much time thinking about stuff that's hidden from him when he can't notice the affair that's happening in front of his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he was just having a good day on episode 1. Just with his jokes and shit. How it was landing. Well, to him it's not jokes. It's all fucking it's no fun and games with Dale.
Exactly.
He does not fuck around. Dale is the most serious character. But he's such a goofy fucking guy, which is a fucking great duality, honestly, about Dale.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about all the characters in general, is that they have their own
inner conflict with
themselves. They have their own worldview of how exactly they're in their own world, and they're just kind of conflicting with each other for a while.
It's really pleasant.
They're all flawed characters, but they're all good. But if they had their own world, it would be awful.
Oh my god. It would be fucking, what's that show called that you brought up with Mike Judge?
Oh, The Good Family?
It'd be The Good Family then, yeah. They all had their own vices and they just did it. The Good Family. Don't watch The Good Family.
Yeah,
skip over it.
I believe it was canceled before it even finished because it had such low ratings.
Christ, I didn't know that.
I could be wrong about that, but yeah, it only had one season. It bombed as a show.
That's good. It deserves it.
Yep.
Anyway, Mike Judge is daddy, but daddy fucks up sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hank's my dad.
Yeah, he is your dad.
He literally has the shirt and everything.
Yeah,
Jeans and the shirt.
He does seem like your dad.
Just my dad without glasses.
Yeah,
or with glasses.
Values manual labor.
And that's great and all, but fuck, it just makes me think of my dad.
Yeah, which is kind of what it's supposed to. Hank is supposed to be just the generic dad. He doesn't really have much about him other than his
dadness.
Yeah.
Dare I say, American dadness.
Oh my god.
Ooh, I don't know the song. What the fuck? Alright. I think if I had to rate Hank and my dad on a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be at the same point no matter what we're talking about.
Honestly.
Which is really strange. Because my dad, he's the sweetest little fucking little boy. And he's just so nice. And Hank has a temper. My dad, he's only ever shown his temper once or twice. But he has a temper, like everyone. And Hank loves his temper.
Oh yeah.
He does get tempered.
Definitely.
Bobby brings it out. Thank God I'm not Bobby. If I was Bobby, my dad would be Hank Hill.
I'm Bobby, but my parents don't talk to me. So.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's how Hank should handle it. He should stop talking to his kid. That would help a lot. Hank is a quote machine.
Yeah, he really does have just like stuff that you'd hear your dad say. He's just like, he's made to be the generic dad that he's thrown into these situations because he has his own conservative worldview and that nobody should deviate. Then everybody deviates because his worldview is inaccurate in the slightest.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
Don't play lawyer ball, son. That's a good quote. Oh my god. I've never heard something like that before I watched this show. Like, that's just funny to me.
You know what my car needs?
Oh god.
Leadership.
Leadership, yeah. That was a good one too. Fuck. Oh my god. You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Classic. Everyone knows that one.
When you write that,
I don't know.
you write just really redundant.
That's
stuff.
why I write it so I can say it and realize I should stop fucking saying it. Honestly. Oh,
well, you're doing a great job.
Oh god. What if people?
What if, Dan?
I don't know. I can't make sense of my own thoughts. You are Dale.
Yeah.
You're literally Dale.
What did I do? Explain.
You win helicopters.
You win helicopters.
That's you. You literally say that every day.
Exactly, dude.
You do it. You just did.
Yeah, we saw a UN helicopter on the way here.
You literally brought up the helicopters.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh shit.
Yes, I'm trying to get that across. Oh my god.
We saw helicopters on the way over here, and I started talking about them.
Yeah, you're paranoid.
I am extremely paranoid about just everything.
You're a little dipshit.
Yeah.
You're scared of the dark. I'm sure Dale's scared of the dark.
Yeah.
That's you. All you need is a fucking hat, a mega hat, and a fucking...
It's not a mega hat.
It's orange. It's close enough.
It says Mac. It's a semi-truck hat.
Mac. Like
I
Mac.
don't think Dale would vote for Trump.
No, probably not. I don't think...
I don't think anybody would.
I think Bill would if everyone else would.
Yeah.
Bill
loves this peer pressure.
Peer pressure Bill. It's a peer pressure Bill. We're talking about Bill and his peer pressure.
Bill will do anything if you say you'll talk to him.
Yeah, just like you. Hey, you're all of them.
Fuck!
That's the show.
Yeah, that is pretty... You're supposed to see a relatability in these characters in some way. Otherwise, you're not going to, watch it.
Right.
Because otherwise they're just going to be random characters that you have no connection to.
That's blood.
Oh shit.
Fuck. Well, that's gonna be hard to get out.
Alright.
Oh well. I can't believe...
It's not butter, I know.
It's not butter. Yeah, I had that. That was nice. I am Hank and you are Dale. What if that was the case? What if I am Hank and you are Dale? What would we do? Would I be working on a truck and you'd fucking run away as my hood hit my head?
Yes.
I'm screaming for bloody mercy.
I'm sure that's happened to us before.
I believe it. Yeah.
I would be the person to hold the flashlight because I have no other redeeming qualities.
Right. But, I mean, fuck. If you ever run away on me, I'd think it'd be funny as hell. I'd probably just laugh the whole time. Fucking, your attention span is the same as Dale. Like, he literally puts a flashlight up to the sky like, helicopters. Looking for those helicopters. Fucking, what did he say? Fucking... Yeah, he just fucking looked at helicopters.
Yeah, so they heard the banging on the wall, and Dale's immediate thought to what it could be is helicopter.
Yep, that's it.
Government helicopters.
Government, you got the government coming for you, little fuckers.
You know what it is. It's your quote-unquote pollution control.
Fix it again, Tony. That's Dale. Quotability to the
King
max.
of the quotes.
King of the quotes. That's what the show should be called.
Honestly, it is a very quotable show.
Season 1's a lot to unpack.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Hank has a narrow urethra. I love that happened.
Yeah.
That makes, because he was a little too flawless as a person.
Yeah.
His person character, not even his character.
Yeah.
So the fact that he has something to be ashamed about, that helps him a lot.
Yeah.
Helps him in dire situations. I tell you what.
I have nothing to add to that.
No, you don't. Joseph's legs. What? Oh, yeah. So, okay. There were a small amount of issues with the animation that I wanted to point out. Joseph's legs in one of these scenes was too small.
Oh,
they should have been proportionally longer. I don't remember where it was, but the legs, they looked like they were like fucking French fries on the dude. His whole, maybe babies are weird. I guess he's not a baby. Maybe kids are weird, and they just fucking, their leg proportions wrong, but it looked wrong to me.
Okay.
It really did.
Weird. Normally I catch those.
Yeah, I know. And fucking Twig Boy.
Twig Boy.
We all know Twig Boy Anthony Bourdain over there or whatever.
Anthony Page, dude.
Yeah. Anthony Page. Anthony, my Aunt Page. Anthony Page. You got it. Bobby using a drill. Okay, Bobby used a drill.
Yes.
On a stop sign.
Yes.
While hammering the drill.
Oh, yeah.
And the drill was running, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure. It was running. On the stop. Where did he... Okay, first of all. First stop. Where did he get the stop sign?
He stole it, dude.
He stole the stop sign.
Yeah, obviously.
And Bobby does not seem the type to steal things.
Yeah.
So what the fuck? My suspicion is one of the guys stole it. I'm thinking Dale.
I doubt it.
I think... You don't think Dale could steal a stop sign?
I probably would, but like...
You don't think Joseph had the stop sign from Dale?
Joseph would probably steal the stop sign.
You think Joseph would? Red Corn would be like, you are my child. You can have my stop sign. and Joseph's like, okay, not Dad.
Okay, Dad.
Yeah, right.
And then he morphs into Bobby. He TFs into him.
There you go.
He gets fat and grows man boobs.
Okay. Movies.
That's what they call them.
We go to the movies and we see that. All right. So when he's using the drill,
yes,
he has so good etiquette. I'm lying. It's the fucking worst. You got a drill. You got a hammer. You got a stop sign. You got a drill. You got a hammer. You got a hammer. Do you know what a hammer is?
You've gone on this tangent 3 different times.
You know what a hammer is?
Do you know what a hammer is?
What the fuck, son? When Hank if he swears, he won't.
Nah.
But if somebody who does a good impression of Hank swears, I would laugh my ass off. That'd be the funniest shit ever. Oh, it just doesn't seem like the character at all. Son, have you lost your mind? That's what he said after fucking Bobby's drone the fucking... Why? Of course you'd think your son lost your mind. What would you think if you had a son that was drilling a fucking stop sign and hammering it?
I would think that he took after me.
Oh. See, you are Dale. I fucking told you. You literally Dale. Oh,
That's some
God.
shit I would do.
That is not right. That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
Bobby hid the investigation.
You did. Straight up lied about it.
What a bitch. What a snitch. Snitch by omission, I tell you what.
The opposite.
What do you mean? Oh, no, it is. Oh, I guess it isn't. You're right. That's not snitching. I'm an idiot.
Snitching by omission.
That's Dan quotes 2019. Holy shit. Oh, God.
That's it.
Alright.
Episode 2, Square Peg.
Square peg. You got a round hole in a square peg, I tell you what.
Exactly. Hank's narrow urethra.
Yep.
Talking about Peggy sounding him to get him
That is not...
bigger. He shoved square peg, dude. She's pegging Hank, obviously.
That is not what this episode's
That's
about.
They don't call her Peggy for nothing.
Oh, he does call her peg leg, I tell you what.
Exactly, dude.
Jesus.
Peggy knows the strap. She knows the ins and outs.
God. Alright. That's hilarious because the whole episode's about sex ed, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Sex education.
Alright. It starts off with Peggy grading for no other reason than to convey the fact that she's a substitute teacher.
Yes.
Bobby shows up and shows them that they have a permission for him for sex ed that they're going to be having in the school. They're immediately appalled because of their conservative values, of course, and just immediately tear up the slip without thinking. And they both have the agreement that the job of sex education should fall on the parents.
Mm-hmm.
However, both of them fucking suck at it
Yeah.
and are too awkward
Most parents are.
to convey any sort of truth. So Peggy is the one who gets the short end of the stick and has to talk about Bobby about sex. And that happens. Hank explains about him being raised and how Cotton explained sex to him, which is just showing him two cows fucking.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just gotta, you know?
You just gotta make some bacon, I tell you.
So Hank decides to do the same to Bobby by taking him to a more modernized farm factory, essentially, where they show artificial insemination. They immediately dip out because it sucks.
Oh yeah, that would fucking blow.
And then they immediately decide to repair the permission slip after
Yeah,
that.
where's that slip? Where's that piece? That was funny.
Anyway, the guys all find out about the whole sex ed thing and are equally appalled, to which Dale does the reasonable thing, which is calling in death threats on the sex ed teacher,
Yeah.
which she immediately can't hack it and quits.
I would fucking too. That's horrible. Why would you want to deal with that crap?
Peggy immediately volunteers to teach because she's, qualified for it, and she has the pride to want to step up to the thing despite being way too afraid about it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. She explains that the way that Peggy was taught sex ed was her mother just giving her a book about flowers.
Flower book.
Exactly. So all you need to know about sex is from plant species that aren't related to you.
Foliage.
Exactly. You getting it?
Fawns and foliage.
Bobby, in preparation for the sex ed class, gives away all of his toys because he thinks he's going to be too busy dating to care about all this childish stuff.
That's a Bobby thing to do.
It cuts to Bobby's baseball game where he gets teased a lot for his mother teaching a sex ed class. Peggy and Hank fight even more over the sex ed classes, whether it's right to teach their son this kind of thing at such a young age. Peggy also, meanwhile, struggles to say basic sexual words such as happiness and vagina.
Happiness.
Happiness. Vagina!
Vagina! I love it.
Hank tears up the permission slip again.
Yeah.
Because, you need both parents to consent about this before their kid can go.
He was a little upset with that.
And then Hank takes Bobby to his work so that they can skip class and he doesn't have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby claims that he'll never have sex because that's what Hank wants.
Oh my god, I remember that.
But Hank is really surprised and then talks about that it's only bad when women have sex.
Yeah.
It's called the double standard, son. Don't knock it. We got the long end of the stick.
Yeah.
Hank eventually caves in after this talk and brings Bobby back into class, where he is the only one who's in the class because nobody else has permission slips.
So they all just kind of leave, and Peggy gets to have the talk with her son, and it's just fucking... Why was this episode a thing?
Yeah,
at that
and
point.
the episode ends.
And it was kind of like relief at the end for Peggy, I'm sure. But like for the rest of us, we're all like, oh god damn it. That's just more, what the hell? Which we should have seen coming.
Yeah.
Because when was this? The 90s?
Yeah, it was 97.
90s in the South, in Texas, which wasn't too far long ago, but still,
Yeah.
Even right now, I'm sure they wouldn't want sex ed in their classes. I don't know anything.
Hank mentions that to convince Peggy to not talk about this, he mentions that imagine giving a talk to a bunch of 5th graders giggling about these words. The problem is, Bobby's in 7th grade.
Oh.
I don't know why they said 5th graders.
I don't know either. Oh my god. That's
yeah, Bobby's
weird.
in middle school.
Right. But maybe he was just ranting and he just said a bunch of 5th graders.
It's definitely an error in the writing that I think they overlooked.
Probably.
Also, when Hank is throwing away the permission slip for the second time, there's a very conveniently placed trash can in the middle of the bathroom.
Oh my god, I didn't realize.
Yeah, it's just right behind him, just really conveniently.
Oh wow.
I feel like they didn't want to animate him walking over to like a corner.
Funny. I didn't think of that. That's it's so weird and subtle that you wouldn't really see that. That's cool how the show does that. Just doesn't make it seem awkward at all that you just threw the trash away.
But I'll notice.
Yeah.
Because I'm a weird nitpicky artist.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
That's you.
Also, Bobby has toys from the show Friends.
What?
Yeah, you didn't. He was talking about his Chandler and Ross dolls.
What? I don't remember that.
Yeah, when he was trying to give them away to Joseph.
Wow.
He has Chandler and Ross.
Oh,
and
wow.
Joseph asks if he could tape firecrackers to Ross.
Oh my god. Well, yeah.
And it's Ross.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's really funny. There was a little bit of subtle ad placement in this show.
Really?
In
Which
this
one?
episode.
Which was it?
Like Icy Hot. They just put Icy Hot
Oh yeah,
on
they did put icy. Oh.
Yeah, and it was like it was kind of a little thing, but you didn't think about it because Icy
Yeah.
Hot was just the thing, I don't like Icy Hot.
I've never tried it.
We should try it sometime. We should Icy Hot challenge. Do the Icy Hot where you just gulp a whole fuck ton of Icy Hot.
Exactly, dude.
Crack a bag, just drink it. Alright. So, I like this one scene where Bobby and Peggy were talking, and Bobby was a little worried about being a slut.
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Yeah, that was funny. That's a Bobby thing.
It is, because he has it so hammered into his head that sex is bad and don't be a slut, son.
That was funny to me. That just made me laugh. It's just cute. Hank called Peggy Pegleg. That's Peggy. That's Pegleg over there. Which is a really weird nickname.
Yeah, I mean,
it works.
There's only so much you can do with a nickname if your name is Peggy.
Yeah, true. Oh, there was also, talking about Peggy, there was one animation error that I saw.
Ooh.
Where Peggy and Luann were in the kitchen, and Peggy was talking about the books, the way that you have to say these words, and that Peggy doesn't think they can read it, and Luann just goes and reads it, and Peggy takes the book back and flips the page while displaying how she can't read it, and she turns the page the wrong way.
Ooh.
She turns it from left to right instead of right to left, because the camera's backwards. You're looking at Peggy, the frame.
Yeah.
So it turns the wrong way when she was reading. I was like, oh, what the fuck? That was distracting to me.
I know there's one episode of King of the Hill I can't remember if it was this one. It's either Peggy and Luann or Bobby and Luann. They switch faces for like one frame.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, I don't know. These early episodes, they're gold if you like weird animation errors.
Oh my god, switched faces?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I gotta find that frame. That's hilarious. Joseph and Bobby were talking together. Joseph and Bobby were talking together. And Bobby was like talking about how he's gonna have sex, and Joseph's like, "Who are you gonna have sex with?" And Bobby's like, "Whoever wants to have sex with me." Fucking Bobby's easy and shit.
That's me, dude.
That was so funny.
I am Bobby.
Oh my god. Oh, that was great. All right. So this episode, you see Dooley for the first time.
Oh, you do see Dooley.
You see Dooley, which is such a minor character, but it's if he isn't crucial, I swear to God.
He is. He just kind of grounds the plot and make sure they know what's happening.
Oh my god, you're right. He is almost fourth wall-y in the way he talks.
Yeah, kind of.
Just a little bit. Not like openly fourth wall, but
it's just kind of what you're thinking in a way.
Right. Basically. It's pleasant. Dooley is often quoted in later seasons, which is great.
Yeah, at the very end of the episode.
He is much more quotable.
Yeah.
Compared to any other of the children, at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think Bobby might be a contender because he says some stupid thing. Kids say the darndest things, you know.
Percentage-wise, though, Dooley is 100% more, like, going through what Dooley says, you only have to go through so much to get a bunch of quotes.
Yeah.
And Bobby has a lot of filler because he's the main character. Yeah, it makes sense. But it just makes me love Dooley more. And he's edgy as hell.
Yeah. There's an episode based on him running away.
Whoa.
Well, that's like a secondary plot element to it.
I didn't know that. That's cool. I'll have to wait for that. That sounds cool. Dooley just doesn't have a filter.
Yeah.
He's just kind of sitting there like, your dad's dead. Or some shit.
Yeah.
That's not a direct quote, but that's just basically the shit.
He said that at one point.
Did he really?
Somewhere. I don't...
Anyway. We're gonna see your mom's boobs. That's something he said.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he just says okay. That's another Bobby thing. He just like, okay.
He loves to roll with it.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's funny. I would love to see Dooley and Bobby in a room together for like a whole episode.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. That's not gonna happen.
No.
That'd be fucking great. I'd watch it.
I mean, they are considering highly rebooting the show.
Oh, really?
Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah, they the only thing stopping them is just time constraints. Everybody is on board with it.
Oh my god.
So it's probably gonna happen.
That's cool.
And it's gonna like take place like, you know, in standard time. So like Bobby would be in college and all that, and it'd open up a whole new can of worms for Hank
a whole new world.
And it'd be more interesting because Bobby will, you know, be his own character. He can do what he wants without the restraint of needing to rely on his parents.
That'd be so cool. That's really cool. I hope that happens.
Me too.
Wow. Another Bobby quote. Bobby said he's not going to have sex, and Hank says, well, don't say that. Well, if you were my daughter.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, that's just how he is.
It's because of his father, which is kind of why his father exists, to put in perspective that, like, Hank isn't this horrible person, but he's at least trying in comparison to Cotton Hill.
Yeah, that is what makes him a little less of an evil character.
It definitely makes him less hateable.
Right.
Which is kind of, Mike Judge said it himself, that's the reason why Cotton exists.
Right.
I also forgot to mention that Hank and Peggy totally banged at the end of that episode.
Oh my god, Hank and Peggy banged.
They did. They fought.
That doesn't happen again.
No. Alright, episode 3, Order of the Straight Arrow. Starts with a cold open about all of them talking about going to camp. I guess it's not camp, it's just more like a weird Boy Scouts thing that they do. But they're camping.
Out in the wilderness.
It flashes back to their experience with it, and of course Cotton is leading the snipe hunt that they made up to...
Snipe hunt?
It also shows the parents of all the people.
Does it really?
Yeah, it shows all the, like, Dale, Bill, Boomhauer, shows all their parents.
Oh, hey. I didn't... Oh my god, it did!
Yeah.
Wow. That was fun, and they're little kids, and wow.
Yep. The boys realize that there's no snipe hunt, and they drink Bloody Mary mix, despite it not having alcohol in it.
Yeah, I remember that. That's young Hank and Dale and Bill and Boomhauer.
Yeah. And then that leads to the quote, "I'm so depressed I can't even blink."
I'm so depressed. Wow, what the fuck? Who said that?
Bill.
Oh yeah, I wrote it.
Who else would say
Bill
it?
Said it. Fucking Bill. That's Bill, alright.
That is Bill in a nutshell.
I love Bill.
I'm glad someone does.
What? You don't like Bill?
He's a good character. I wouldn't say that I love him.
I'd probably not invite him to my house.
Yeah, he'd get real annoying real fast, which is kind of, his character.
I'd say hi at the grocery store though. It wouldn't be that bad.
Then he'd stalk you on Facebook and stuff, and it'd be weird.
We'll just block him then.
Oh, true. Then I'll bring it up next time he sees him.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway, the guys are trying to think of new pranks to pull on the kids since all the other ones have been done to death.
Mm-hmm.
They ask John Redcorn for advice. He starts talking about Native American traditions, which they immediately stomp all over.
Yeah, just shit on it.
Yeah, they do not understand at all. Meanwhile, Peggy very obviously wants to be left alone.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is a really funny B plot.
Yeah.
It's just so much build-up.
There is a lot of build-up for this one. Anyway, they finally leave, despite having issues, and the kids start playing annoying car games, as kids do. It's talking about license plates and all that, kid stuff. Meanwhile, Dale just straight up moons the kids.
Yeah, what the hell?
He just sticks his ass out the side of the window and moons the kids.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That made me feel awkward.
Indecent exposure.
Yeah. It was a different time.
Yeah. Anyway, Hank gets easily annoyed, as usual, and gives everyone silent sticks, which are really Slim Jims, of course.
Yep. As one makes silent sticks out of Slim Jims.
He claims that every time they make a noise, he takes a bite.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, they use that to their advantage. Also, it shows the same frame of Dale mooning the kids. Did you notice that? Yeah, they recycled that frame.
Oh my god, it did!
It was the exact same. Same, Bobby talking animation as well.
He literally went right past him.
Yeah, they recycled that. There's a lot of that in this episode.
Wow.
They show hippies kind of congregating at the park, having a good time, which is kind of foreshadowing to They foreshadow the endangered species, the whooping crane.
The whooping crane?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
Wow.
Wow. Wow by Post Malone. Featuring the whooping crane. Why aren't you gonna help me with this one?
Because you're digging your own grave.
Oh my god, you're right.
Alright, they finally get to the campsite, and Hank introduces the idea of the snipe hunt. Which, if you didn't know, is an old cliche prank of you go out to hunt for a snipe, but it doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm, yep.
Bill gives everybody whoop-ass sticks. Bobby ends up killing a whooping crane, thinking it's a snipe.
Oh my god.
They're just trying to frantically hide the whooping crane before they leave, and the park ranger comes along looking for it.
Of course he does.
Boomhauer is the filthy rat and straight up tells him, but he can't talk right, so nobody understands him.
Right now, cooler. It was great.
Bobby takes the Wimatanye thing a bit too seriously.
Freaking Wimatanye.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't introduce that part.
Wimatanye.
Wimatanye is the bastardization of a sacred Native American ceremony, which the guys kind of exploit to kind of, get the kids in the mood and all.
Mm-hmm. Set the setting.
Bobby takes it way too seriously, and he steals the crane to, quote, honor its spirit. The hippies find out and are pissed off about murdering an endangered animal.
Yes, one does, yes.
Yeah. Bobby creates more weird rituals. Hank tells Bobby the truth that this was all made up, that none of this is real, and it was all just made up to have some fun with them. Bobby still doesn't believe them and carries on with his weird Wimatanye rituals. The park ranger finds them trying to dispose of a whooping crane, and then it comes back to life, surprisingly.
He just does some weird healing shit. Ooh.
Yep. Even though it was just knocked unconscious, but...
Yeah.
Bobby still doesn't believe that and thinks that his healing powers granted it life.
That is amazing. Bobby is the perfect character to be in that situation.
Honestly. And then it all ends off with revealing that Peggy was going shoe shopping this whole time.
She got clods, yo.
She got big feet, so she can't find the shoes for it.
Yeah, she's walking all over town and can't find the shoes. No, that's not what happened. She's real big feet, yo. Bigger than my roommates, fuck. Got them big feeters.
Size 16.
That's fucking insane. That's pretty bad. I wouldn't want people seeing that if I had 16 feet either. I'd order them. But back then, I don't think you could order shoes.
Nah, probably not.
Not easily, at least.
One of the things about these earlier, specifically season 1, is that they really didn't know how to write a B-plot.
No.
It's all just, like, really kind of pasted together. They're all, like, couple second clips that just kind of... I honestly find it distracting. I found it just kind of disrupted the flow of everything.
Just slightly.
Yeah, I mean, I think they meant for it to just kind of ground everything, but it came off as more distracting, and more episodes you'll see just a really shelled out B-plot. It's just not... I don't like it, personally. I think they get a lot better with the B-plots later on.
That's good.
They get a lot more substance, where it's actually like 2 consistent plots happening at the same time.
That's good.
Specifically, episode 8 of this season kind of gets that grounding. The point where, like, the B-plot intersects with the main plot.
Yeah, I love it when that happens.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, whoa, okay.
That it happened for a reason.
Uh-huh.
Meanwhile, like, all of these other season 1 B-plots, they can all just kind of be a post-credit thing, and no one would think anything of it. Right. I don't think it needs to be in the episode.
But it's there.
Yeah, we can't
pains.
Change it.
Seasons go and come, and that's just how it is. So that's the plot, huh?
Yep, that's the end of it.
That's a pretty boring fucking plot.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked this episode a lot.
Oh, you did?
Not very much happens, but, like, yeah, I thought it was really good.
I was kind of half watching it on my viewing. It was pretty entertaining, but the B plot just interrupted it a lot. It just made my head hurt, honestly. I'm so depressed I can't even blink from Bill.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the one. That's the quote of the year. I would love that tattooed on my forehead.
Alright, just like damaged, but for Bill enthusiasts.
That's who I am, though. I am Bill. Oh god, yeah. I can't even blink. So, straight arrow patch, what does that mean?
It's like a, Boy Scouts thing. They get their patches. They gotta...
Well, yeah, but like, straight arrow. You know what straight means? You know what arrow means? It's a euphemism.
I know what half of that means.
Yeah, me too. Okay. I don't
really know what they're trying to gain.
No.
I think it's just the guys just trying to pull pranks and having them endure them.
I think it is just one of those, like, oh, we're fucking dads. We gotta do dad shit with our kids. We gotta fucking do this to them.
Kind of like a half-assed bonding experience with the kids.
Yeah. Peggy smells like Miracle Whip.
Oh yeah, your mom's so cool. She smells like Miracle Whip.
Oh my god, was that Dooley?
No, that was Joseph.
That was Joseph. Yeah.
Dooley isn't in this episode.
That's what I thought.
It's
confused.
I forget his name. He's a forgettable dweeb character.
Oh yeah.
He really doesn't add anything to the plot.
He doesn't.
He's just kid number 3.
He's a neat character though.
He's all right.
He's pretty neat.
He's a fucking snitch.
Snitch is good.
He ends up snitching in one of my favorite episodes, the one where they go into the caves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He snitches them out. Here's fucking rats.
Man, he doesn't have any fun, does he?
Nope, that's his character. He's supposed to be bland-ass dude.
Wee Matanya, I see a fart, Wee Matanya. That's what you do.
You write that!
I didn't write it.
Oh.
I just said it. I wrote Wee Matanya, so remember how to say it. Wee Matanya. Stuck in my head. I only say Wee Matanya when I think of shit like on the road now.
Oh, I'm glad. Me too.
That's what I do.
I'm glad I'm not alone with that.
I just think Wee Matanya, there's a bush, Wee Matanya. Wee Matanya, there's a plate. Washington, I see Washington, Wee Matanya. That's just all I think now. That's my whole fucking life. The show fucking ruins your mind.
Don't watch it.
No, you should watch it. It's a pretty good show.
No, it's just great. I love it.
That's what's great about it. It fucking influences you.
It sticks to you a lot.
Oh, yeah. Wee Matanya. I can't believe how much I hate Dale in this one.
Yeah, Dale's kind of a useless character in this one.
And with he just talked about Lefty Hootenanny.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, okay, Dale, I know that's your character, but...
That was the thing about early season Dale. I feel like was kind of written to be Cotton Light.
Oh my god, that's really funny to say.
Because, like, when he was being interviewed in the first episode, he was just kind of, like, weird and womanizing. Because, like, hey, Nancy, how about a couple of beers? To quote Dale.
Yeah.
Just kind of being lazy. And then, specifically, the one where they show Cotton, he's particularly womanizing in that one.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of dropped that aspect a lot in the later seasons, which I like a lot.
That's good.
It makes him a lot... Because he really doesn't have much going for him in terms of likability. He's not a very redeemable character. I don't know why anybody talks to him in this universe.
I think he's kind of meant to make you feel bad about him making so many bad decisions.
Yeah.
And the way he presents himself and what he does to his friends. Friends, quote unquote. Yeah.
Quote unquote pollution controls.
Fucking snitch ass Boomhauer.
Yeah, I smell a rat, dude.
Yeah, it's rat.
Talking about dang old rats, man, snitching out here.
Fucking Boomhauer's a rat. Boomhauer would fucking fuck a rat, right? I'm not gonna put that in. That's funny. God. What happens when Boomhauer gets what's coming to him?
Excuse me.
I don't know how to say that any other way. What happens when Boomhauer, the light of my life, makes it to golden? Or should I say, Boomhauer...
You're really struggling with this.
I'm stretching it. Boomer. Boomer. Boomhauer's car. You don't see it in this. I'm not going to talk about it.
No.
Peggy is really wrote to be unlikable, I think.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 3 is the one where I think they really just started going towards unlikability.
Yeah.
The first 2 could be excused, but the third one is just like, yeah, you're basically not supposed to like this character.
Yeah.
Which is annoying.
I feel like they kind of switched that on the Boggle episode, though, which is weird. I mean, that's what I feel from it. There's obviously no way to state objectively what they wanted from this character.
Sure.
But I feel like she's more meant to be a protagonist in that episode than anything.
I think so, too. Bobby's a shaman.
Yeah.
Bobby became a fucking shaman today.
He did.
What would you do if Bobby was a shaman and showed up on your door and just was like, "You are healed"? What the hell?
What would I do, Dan? What would I?
Do? I'm trying to ask you. What would you do?
I'd probably close the door.
Oh, really?
I feel like you'd be trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
You know how they use kids to try to get leverage on you?
Who uses kids?
Bears. The door to... Yes. The Chicago Bears. No, but like the door-to-door religious people. Oh. They always... Yeah. The people who try to get stuff out of you. They always used kids to try to make you feel bad.
That is shitty.
Yep.
I can't believe how much Bobby reminds me of just the freest... Bobby should be with the hippies.
Yeah.
In this episode. He belongs with the hippies.
He really does. He
could have escaped.
Oh, this was his chance. He blew it.
He could have squealed like a pig and ran.
He could have squealed like Boomhauer did to the park ranger. Ooh,
fucker.
I smell a rat. Part 2.
That's Boomhauer. Fucking dang old right in the cooler there.
But yeah, like I said, he is the voice of reason. That was the quote-unquote right thing to do from their standpoint.
Yeah.
And with hindsight, because they were going to get caught anyway. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that would have been the...
I wish Boomhauer was my dad. I wish I was Bobby and I wish Boomhauer was my dad. Those are a pretty cool duo. But that never happens.
Yeah. I feel like Boomhauer wouldn't care about you. I feel like he wouldn't talk at all. I feel like he'd be like my parents, where he just kind of just goes off on his own without telling you anything and just kind of doing his own thing for forever and leaving you there.
I guess. I kind of wish that happened to me instead of, the Hank.
Yeah.
The Hank. But, not really the Hank. Boomhauer is the better version of Hank, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Tamer version.
Yeah, he's more womanizing though, because he's in it for the sex mostly.
True.
He's kind of womanizing in that regard.
Well, we don't know how well he treats people. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, I guess from this
season, you can't tell if he treats people bad or good.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of on the edge there.
Season 1, episode 4.
Hank's got the willies.
The Willie. Oh my god. That's the name of it?
It is.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, I wrote the names of every episode on it.
Willie Nelson. Hank's got the willies.
Hank's got the willies. It has a cold open with Hank dreaming about golfing with Willie Nelson.
As one does.
Yeah, as he states that he's had, I believe, 4 of them at this point.
Is that what he said?
Yep, I think so. It's some sort of number. Anyway, Bobby wakes up Hank playing his guitar named Betsy.
Betsy?
Yep.
Ooh. That's something right there.
I guess.
That's some past lovers Hank's had right there.
Bobby plays Betsy with a piece of cheese imitating a pop comic named Celery Head.
Celery Head, yeah. Yep.
Hank is obviously mad about Bobby trashing his guitar. It cuts to Bobby messing around with Hank's lawnmower, pretending to be Hank. He ends up releasing the brake and crashing it into his truck. Meanwhile, Peggy is becoming jealous of how much Hank loves Betsy over her.
As one does with the guitar, I can vouch for that.
Yeah, you are Hank in this episode.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it, but it's true.
It's the truth. This is the second instance of Hank saying that boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
After Bobby is using his golf clubs to hit dog poo.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, he's scrubbing out the grates and golf
that's
clubs.
right.
That boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right.
Hank eventually breaks down and lectures Bobby about needing a role model.
Yeah, he needs a role model.
Peggy convinces Hank that because of Bobby's weird behaviors that he should spend more time with him, so Hank decides to take Bobby golfing. On the way there, Hank explains that his hero is Willie Nelson because he has so many similarities to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hank eventually takes Betsy to the guitar store with Bobby. Meanwhile, the B-plot is Luann has trouble braiding, and that's really it. It doesn't go anywhere.
That's really precious, honestly.
Exhibit B of their weird B-plot problems.
That is a big of it.
It really doesn't go anywhere. Peggy continues to get jealous about Hank's love for the guitar. Meanwhile, at the golf course, Hank decides to let Bobby swing. Bobby, being, weird and incompetent, hits Willie Nelson with the golf club.
Just freaking lets go of it. Fucking goes.
They all freak out, as you would from, hitting a person with a piece of metal.
He hits the ground pretty hard, so they're all thinking the worst.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know who this is at first.
Hank is starstruck at meeting his idol, Willie Nelson, but he's too dazed to acknowledge Hank. And Hank kind of takes it personally and thinks that he hates him.
Yeah, I would too, honestly, if I was super in love with this comedian or actor or singer-songwriter. He's blew you off.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of understandable because he got fucking knocked out, dude.
Oh, yeah. I would want to get the fuck out, too.
Yep. Betsy is delivered to the house, but Bobby intercepts it instead. Bobby decides to take it to Willie Nelson's house to sign it. Finds out that Willie got evicted from his house and is ending up playing video games, just like Bobby does.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Nelson decides to call Hank to the house to show him that he autographed his guitar. Hank goes up and finds out about everything. Hank eventually invites Peggy to the barbecue. Peggy gets more increasingly upset about Betsy. Peggy decides that she's going to break Hank's guitar to make him love him more.
Oh my god, I didn't remember that part.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, Willie is telling Hank that Bobby is imitating him, and that's why he's acting out so much, because Hank is Bobby's role model. Taking this into consideration, Hank decides to play a song for Bobby, which is just a weird parody of Peggy Sue by Buddy Holly.
It really is.
It's just straight up the same thing. Peggy hears this and then forgives Hank, because...
Straight couples.
Yeah, honestly.
Just
and
gotta
that's
keep
it.
going.
That was the end of the episode. That's
Wow.
Hank has the willies.
That's a damn head turner, I tell you what.
Yeah.
And it's probably actually Willie Nelson, right?
Oh yeah, he gets started in
Willie
it.
Nelson actually got started in that. And that was in the first season of that show.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
exactly what I thought when I saw it too.
That's a very bizarre thing to happen in shows like that.
Yeah.
Freaking the way they drew the guitar.
Yeah.
That was atrocious.
Oh, it was really weird.
It was. I mean, maybe it's just me, but that was pretty bad.
It was like weird and thick.
And the way they, maybe that's just all they had to work with.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they're strapped for time in a lot of these episodes.
It was distracting for me, at least, because they can drop good stuff.
Yep.
They can draw
They
well.
definitely can.
I don't know why they couldn't do an instrument. Carrot Top knockoff celery head.
Yep.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Got the rights to Carrot Top, I guess. No.
No. Well, if they had the rights to Carrot Top, they wouldn't create the character Celery Head.
Wow.
That's why
It's just hilarious. I've never cared for Carrot Top.
No,
I was too young
think
for that shit.
I watched him when I was younger, and I thought it was unfunny.
Unfunny. Bobby loves him.
Yeah, well, that's just kind of Bobby's thing. He wants to be a prop comic, so naturally he's gonna like prop comics.
True. Yeah, that makes sense. I love that. Bobby still is a prop comic.
Yep.
Later in.
Yeah,
A lot later
yeah,
in.
like if I were just watching these chronologically without any knowledge of future episodes, I would feel like they would drop that immediately with all the Flanderization that's been happening. But no, Bobby consistently wants to be a prop comic, and I would like to see what they do with that if they do reboot the show.
Oh my god!
I hope that he tries. I hope he doesn't give up on everything. That'd be really disappointing.
Cool. That'd be good writing.
Yeah.
Bobby was such a fucking nuisance.
Yeah.
He's just fucking with his family the whole day.
Yeah, but well, that's just kind of the thing. Bobby was just trying to imitate his dad. He just wanted to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it right.
Yeah. That's Bobby. That boy ain't right. Wow. So when Hank says that boy ain't right, he's talking about himself.
Yeah, in a way.
That's interesting.
Damn it, damn.
Yeah. So Bobby's a child. Yeah.
Yes.
How old is Bobby?
He's
12 years old in this season. And Hank says to Bobby, who is a child, you gotta figure out what you want to do with your life.
Yeah, that's weird conservative dudes for you. They love to just push independency on their child at an early age.
I mean, my parents did the same thing, and they're liberal. So, like, fuck. Everyone, honestly. They're just fucking... Why should anyone have anything to do with their life? Yeah. Bobby would never fucking know.
Oh, yeah,
if anyone knew anything, Bobby doesn't.
Exactly.
He's in a different world.
Which is kind of Bobby's character. He's figuring out the world with pretty much zero information on it because his parents don't tell him anything useful.
No. Hank is just a Bobby who settled.
Honestly. He got yelled at by Cotton too many times and became boring.
Yeah. So this is just great. Peggy Sue, really?
Yep.
I mean, I like the song. I love Buddy Holly.
My peg leg.
There was Peg Leg, wasn't it? Oh my god. Wow. I can't not want to sing that every day of my life. I was cracking up when I heard that. I was like, wow, that's freaking great. I was pleased, at least. Maybe it wasn't that big a deal back then, but the niche that fucking Buddy Holly has become has turned into a very pleasant surprise in some media.
Speaking of weird niche artists, Boomhauer talking to Bob Dylan.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
It happened for a couple seconds, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was just like when they're at the party. When,
that's right.
When Peggy is angrily marching towards Hank.
I remember that now.
Talking about dang old change your name to Zimmerman, man. Yeah. Boomhauer.
They have the same. That was fucking great. Was that actually Bob Dylan?
I don't think so. No, it's definitely just a bastardization of his character.
But that was funny.
There is also a reference to some country musician that I've never heard of.
Me neither.
Named Lyle Lovett. That's his name. He's just some weird... He really does look like the caricature that they drew here. Let me look it up. He is a very strange looking man. I don't know why I'm obsessed with this weird country singer I've never heard of's face. I don't know. It's just such an odd proportion.
Oh, God. Okay. What's his name?
Lyle Lovett.
Lyle Lovett. Does he look really close in the animation? Pretty good. Oh, wow. That is really cool.
Yeah. Out of my way, Rooster Boy.
Rooster Boy.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow. That is a pretty cool bastardization, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about him, but I would appreciate something like that if that was me.
Yeah.
That would be neat. There was a lot of celebrities in that show.
Yeah.
Just one Willie Nelson, though. Everyone else probably wasn't who they were.
Nah, not at all.
Wow. And that was about it.
Yeah, that was the end. That's
also, Hank numbers his dreams.
Yeah.
That is strange. Do you number your dreams, Allie?
No, not really.
Well, you ain't a hanky then. You ain't a hanky-panky.
Hanky Hank.
That's about it, huh?
Yep.
That was it.
Episode 5,
Wow.
Luan Saga.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, we're at episode 5 already.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, Luann Saga.
Oh wow.
Starts off with Luann and Peggy exercising to fitness tapes. That doesn't really go anywhere.
No, thank God.
Although Bobby does join.
That was
I like
fun.
that part.
Me too.
Hank is upset that Luann quote-unquote trashed his den, even though she just made it a little more livable for her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Luann is under the impression that Buckley is about to marry her before Buckley immediately shows up to take her on a date and breaks up with her.
Yeah, that's Buckley.
Yeah. Luann takes it obscenely hard, as her, her character would.
Mm-hmm.
And Hank is kind of just struggling to help with it.
I would too, honestly.
Peggy tells her that only a man can help with this kind of emotional trauma with Luann because it was caused by a man.
Interesting, sure.
Hank's way of doing things is teaching Luann to repress her emotions, as Hank does.
That's Hank.
Yep.
Gotta swallow it.
Luann feels weirdly better immediately, and then they start bonding, which is weird.
I didn't expect that. I had never seen the episode.
Oh, yeah.
And they just started doing that, and I just thought, wow, whoa, that's cool. They could have totally wrote that differently, and it would have been a little more reasonable, but now it's kind of cool.
Because they're friends, Hank decides that he wants to find Luann a replacement boyfriend, one that'll treat her right and whatnot. So they take her to this restaurant to find, scope out the boys and find a new boyfriend for her.
Were they swing dancing?
Yes, they were.
They were just
Or square dancing.
Square dancing?
Square dancing.
They were just square dancing in that restaurant?
Yes.
Wow.
That's a Texas thing.
Yep.
Dale has weird gay thoughts.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, that's all I wrote.
Oh my God. I don't remember that.
It's proven that women like men with firm, muscular butts.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna find a boy with a firm, muscular butt.
Oh my God, Dale. That's funny. I love it.
Hank tries to set up Luann with like a, cliche country boy.
Yeah.
Buckley shows up and asks for Luann back, to the surprise of Boomhauer dropping off Luann instead of the dude that Hank set her up with. Hank gets really mad at both of them because Boomhauer is, a womanizing person who only cares about sex.
And Luann's young.
Yeah, and,
so that would be
also
gross.
kind of naive and dumb.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Boomhauer doesn't think any of that.
No,
he just wanted to give Luann a ride home.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, he can't talk for the shit, so he can't.
It's one of those Garfield moments.
Exactly. It's the misunderstanding. Hank is really upset about losing his friend Luann after Luann decides without Boomhauer's consent to move in. So Hank naturally bottles up all of those emotions. They go to a restaurant, just normal stuff. They meet Luann and Boomhauer there. Luann tries to explain it more to Hank, but Hank is not having it. Hank realizes that Luann is upset with him, and that's why she kind of left. And Hank feels bad and invites her back. And eventually at the end of the episode, Hank forgives Boomhauer and all is well.
Yep. Right back to that weird dynamic they have where they're just kind of together, which is nice. I'm glad nothing ended wrong.
Yeah.
But it was really... It seemed a little forced.
Yeah, a bit.
The whole emotional thing.
Yeah.
Flip-floppy.
The whole Hank trying to kick out Luann and then setting up the den.
It was nice, but the pacing was a little off, in my opinion.
Yeah.
About all of it. If it was if it was a couple more minutes longer, it would have been a little.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just modern brain speaking.
Probably.
I
thought this one was all right.
That's good.
You could really tell that the animators just really struggled with Luann's face.
Yeah.
It looks horrible in this episode, especially at weird angles.
It looks like a pig.
And it just, all of it moves up and down whenever she talks. It's weird.
God.
It's just, she's got a weird potato face in this one.
That is a little distracting.
You can tell that they really didn't give the animators very much reference material for her, so they didn't really know the angles to do it.
True. All these dudes, they're all just so bad at feelings.
Yeah.
And it totally shows.
That's just kind of the driving factor of the plot, really.
Yeah. And it fits the characters.
Yeah, it really does. I like how it all dissolves where they're just like, okay, Boomhauer, come over here.
Yeah. That was funny.
And then that's just it. And then they all repress their emotions even more.
Yeah, they physically swallowed their emotions.
Exactly.
I thought that I chuckled a little bit when they started swallowing. Never let emotions out. That's just how they are. Oh shit! Oh, there's a Black Flag shirt.
Yeah,
Did you see
I
that?
noticed that. I love that.
That was
I
great.
love Black Flag.
That's a cool band. Now, when did Black Flag start?
78.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know it was that early.
Yeah.
Wow, they were ahead of their time.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just off the top of my head, I think that's when it is.
I wonder who snuck that shirt in production. Or if that was planned the whole time.
I feel like it's plain, because, like, it's supposed to be, like, a weird punk dude, and
Oh, yeah, you're
Hank
right.
doesn't like weird punk dudes.
Right, that's
so
the perfect
he's
thing
gonna
to put on him.
Yeah.
True.
Just kind of just to drive the factor in that this dude's punk and
Yeah, that'll do
listens
it.
to
Black
things
Flag.
that aren't country that Hank would enjoy.
What if Hank listened to Black Flag?
Oh my god.
It's all toilet sounds.
Oh my god, it's all toilet sound.
He would totally freak the fuck out. That'd be fun to watch. What's your Hank OC look like?
It looks like Peggy with Hank's face.
What? What is that? How am I gonna think about that when I sleep? Christ.
It's okay, Dad.
No, it isn't.
It's gonna be okay.
No, it isn't.
I'm gonna fucking hug you now,
No,
Dad.
get the fuck away from me.
It'll be okay.
Shut up.
It'll all be resumed.
I don't like this.
Your life, Dad.
Oh, good.
Oh, shit.
Shit. That was a funny moment.
Anything else?
Oh my god! So when Hank was when Hank was in the restaurant looking for a dude, and he was looking down the bar as one does for dudes,
Yep.
like he's gonna find anyone good there.
Yep.
He first sees a guy, and he's like, huh. Or he's facing out, and he turns the bar, and he shows he has a ponytail, and he's like, nope.
Yeah, that's Hank's character.
That was funny. Also, when Hank was talking with Luann, and saying that your heart is your employee, and you have to, like, tell it who's boss, that was weird.
It really was.
I've never heard that before, but it was very fitting.
Yeah, that is really only something Hank would come up with.
Right, that was a really good line. I put a 20-year roof over her head. And that's what I get. Yeah, it was funny. He's full of one-liners this time.
What did you think about the 7 types of ketchup and the 3 types of catsup?
Oh my god, no, I thought you were gonna say the 7 types of Richie Valens songs in the background.
Oh yeah!
There's a
Yeah,
bunch
they
of
had a
Richie
lot
Valens.
of weird 50s progression Richie Valens.
It was really funny. I like that. You gotta pay attention. What are you talking about? Ketchup and catsup?
Was that not this episode?
I don't think so.
It was one of these episodes.
I think it's later.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
look
sure.
it up.
We
I'm
gotta
gonna look it
remember
up.
that.
I can't find anything because it's all... The
Totally,
Simpsons made a similar joke, so all I'm finding is Simpsons stuff.
Well, anyway.
Maybe that was the last episode.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
And that was about that one.
No, yeah, that was it. It was a pretty straightforward episode. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. The pacing was good. That's for sure.
You just said it wasn't.
Never mind. I thought this one was the one that I said the pacing was wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Alright. Moving on to episode 6, Hank's unmentionable problem. Alright. Peggy realizes that Hank is constipated. Peggy tries to help, as she does, but Hank is really stubborn and doesn't want to, do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
He continues to eat very trashily, as weird, stubborn dudes tend to do.
Yeah.
Peggy eventually gossips to everybody, and pretty much everyone figures out about Hank's weird problem. Hank gets increasingly annoyed at Peggy trying to help him, but he continues to eat poorly. Peggy tries to sneak Hank laxatives, which he gets even more angry about because Peggy's trying to drug him. Peggy has a weird dream about Hank dying.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Peggy breaks down to Hank and eventually forces him to go to a doctor because she's afraid of him dying from the weird constipation. In the waiting room, Bobby wanders off and is annoying for the whole time.
That's Bobby.
That's Bobby's character.
Oh, yeah.
Hank gets a colonoscopy, and they can't find anything about it.
Nope.
So the doctor suggests surgery, which makes Hank consider changing his diet.
Mm-hmm.
Hank gets increasingly sad due to the fact that he can't eat any of the things that he wants to. He just kind of becomes a shell of a person, all the things that were his personality are now gone.
Mm-hmm. The American dream dying in his eyes.
Exactly. The American dream of dying of preventable heart disease.
Yes.
Peggy feels bad about making Hank go through all this. And then Hank finally shits, and that's it.
Yep, that's the episode.
It just comes to a close really fast.
Yeah. Gosh, that one sucked.
Yeah, I didn't care about that one at all.
That was really... It was just... I was eating. I didn't even care. I was just eating watching it.
Me too, I think.
It was really just kind of... Hank has a fear of fiber, and that's just it.
Yep.
That was it.
There's a continuity error that I realized.
Oh, really?
The final time when Hank is... when Hank finally shits, he leaves the bathroom, and Peggy finally confesses that it's okay, you can do all the stuff that you normally do, you can stop this diet, and then Hank is like, no, I gotta go, and then he enters another room.
No!
Instead of going back into the bathroom. Yeah, he just
totally
goes into a completely different room.
Because the bathroom's around the corner, right?
Yeah.
Or is it down the hall or something?
I don't know very much about that, but like, he comes, there. It's like a corner here, he comes out of this room right here, which is the bathroom, and then he immediately turns into this room.
Right around the corner.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And yeah, even that, I don't think that the bathroom is where it was in the show. It's just all weird. They just didn't know how to lay out the house.
Yeah.
We're going to have a Simpsons situation going on there.
Hank was a fucking baby. He's a wah-wah baby.
He really is. He just cannot handle the slightest amount of change, which is kind of all the source of conflict in the show, is because he's really stuck in his ways about his worldview, but he doesn't want to accept change despite the fact that he needs to, and its worldview isn't what he thinks it is.
Right. Weird character pride.
Yeah, he's a very prideful character.
You gotta kill that shit.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
This one was really boring, though.
Yeah, I really didn't like this one.
Bobby... When he had the little, what did he have? The upper intestine. He blew into it.
Yep.
From the little, the anatomy little doll.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell's wrong with Bobby?
That boy ain't right.
Yeah, that's great though.
He also fucking ruined some lady's childbirth.
Oh my god, did he?
Yeah, because there's a scene where he goes into the elevator and he just kind of presses all the buttons and then steps out.
Oh my god!
And then a woman is going into labor and needs to go to the bottom floor, and so. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I forgot about that. That was so quick.
It really was. That's the thing about King of the Hill. They have just so many of those situations where it just happens, and
you forget about it.
If you're not paying attention, it happens. It goes like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have one joke for you about this episode.
Yeah.
I had to write my own joke because it was such a boring episode. So it's you like a Hank Hill on a everyday, no ass. Because we get to see his ass in the gown.
Yeah, that's another continuity error that I was going to think of, but I'll set that one aside because like that wasn't a plot device. That wasn't a thing that was established, so they're naturally not going to do that. But yeah, Hank was thick in this episode compared to the one episode where they reveal that he has no ass.
Yeah, that's coming up. Not in this season.
No, I believe that's one of the later ones actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, he got a tiny booty. Season 1, Episode 7.
Season 1, Episode 7. One of my favorites outside of the weird racism.
That was fairly awkward.
Yeah. I'm glad that they toned it down once Khan becomes an established character.
If I think about it as if it was written entirely satirical, which... Yes,
it is. I mean, none of the writers wrote this.
Racist, yeah.
None of them wrote it to fucking shit on Asians. They wrote it to show the weird flaws of these weird white dudes who have never experienced change.
Yes.
So yeah, I should preface this one. It gets a bit racy. I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it is whatever. Alright, the guys are sitting in the alley, which they normally do. Mm-hmm. They know about the new neighbor, and they show up. They mistake the white moving company dudes for their neighbors.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, I love that part every time. And then everyone's just surprised when they find out that the new neighbors are actually Asian.
Uh-huh.
Hank awkwardly introduces himself, and Khan gets increasingly annoyed at the white trash neighbors.
Oh, yeah. I would, too.
Khan gets invited to dinner, and they both just kind of continue to annoy each other. They have an annoying off.
Yeah, I love that.
Min eventually insults Peggy by talking about her big shoes, and then she's just kind of, kicked out. Khan and Hank get into an argument over Lady Bird and Heat.
Oh, God.
And then Min feels really bad about, making Peggy feel like shit, so she invites all of them, to a barbecue. Bobby and Connie are just kind of weird and bonding, where they're just kind of fucking around, doing kid stuff.
Yep.
And they realize that the Supernussenpone's doggy, really wants to play with Ladybird for reasons they don't understand.
They don't get it.
And so they're like, let's let them loose so that they can play with each other.
Let's let them free.
Exactly. And then it inevitably happens where Doggy is let loose and runs away.
Oh, yeah.
Min continues to anger Peggy by improving her recipe for Brown Betty. Meanwhile, Hank is bonding over Khan over weird burger things. I don't know, dudes be like.
Burger things in general.
They leave the barbecue, and Dale continues to be racist by suggesting that the burgers are made with the lost dog that is, recently gone. Hank gets, really increasingly paranoid. Just kind of questions, whether or not they actually did do it.
Right.
Connie and Bobby are upset about losing Doggy, so they borrow Ladybird to chase after them. And then immediately lose her as well, of course.
Yeah.
And then Dale makes Hank even more paranoid, to which he tries to intervene with them. Hank annoys Khan by trying to get Ladybird back and being even more racist. Bobby and Connie come back confessing to losing all the dogs, and Hank and Khan kind of bond over weird discipline, because dads be like...
Yeah, that was awkward.
And then the dogs just kind of come back on their own. I don't think they really knew what to do with that one, so they just kind of came back. And then post-credits is Min trying to teach Peggy how to cook. By,
that was funny.
Using basic spices and whatnot.
Nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
So, I didn't write this much.
Yeah.
Khan, we see Khan for the first time in this episode.
Yes.
He moves into the neighborhood. I don't know anything else what to say about Khan.
I like Khan as a character, actually.
I love him.
He's he's made to be a very irritating character. He's made to be almost an antagonist, but I think he's pretty charming in his flaws. He's an understandable character.
One of the things that I really realized from Khan, at least from this show, he's the one that I personally would relate myself to the most.
Really? I was going to say that as well.
Honestly.
I think if I was compared to any other character, I would be Khan.
Right.
There's a little bit of Khan in everybody. He wants to succeed in life. He wants to feel good about himself, but he doesn't want to put in the effort.
Mostly his mental health.
Yeah.
It doesn't come through really much in this season, but
no.
It will be coming that he's just he's a nut show.
Oh, yeah.
And that he's trying way too hard. He doesn't know what he wants in life, and that's just everybody.
Yeah, all he knows that he wants is to feel better about himself and to just get away from all these rednecks, and don't we all?
Yeah. Do rednecks know if they're rednecks or not? And if they do,
feel like it.
Then do they like that?
I think so. From what I've experienced of annoying high school country boys, I think they take it with a sense of pride.
Wow, dang.
Yeah, they're annoying.
Lead free since 1988.
Yeah.
That was funny. That's Hank, right?
Yeah, the whole episode is just them trying to one-up each other.
Yeah.
That's just kind of the whole dynamic between Hank and Khan.
Yeah. Speaking of Hank, Hank and Dale. Why did he believe Dale?
I don't know.
He was totally taking everything Dale said to heart in this one episode, and he's never done that before.
I know.
He's just brushed it all off before.
Probably just an easy plot device to just make him.
Maybe he just really was that worried about his dog.
Probably.
He really loves that fucking dog.
Yeah.
He showed a lot of emotion to that dog. Some stuff he never showed to Bobby. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all my notes.
All right. Episode 8, going on the insensitive train. Oh. Shins of the Father.
Oh my god, I love that title.
Yeah.
Shins of the Father.
Alright, I don't care for this episode because I have a very short fuse when it comes to misogyny and whatnot.
Yeah. I have quite a lot of notes on it.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
There's a lot of stuff to talk about in this one.
Oh God, there is a lot of stuff.
All right. Starts off at Bobby's birthday. They're getting ready for it. It's revealed that Bobby doesn't like Cotton as he addressed the invitation to hell. It's also revealed that there's nobody in the family other than Hank likes Cotton just because he feels like he should. Cotton shows up anyway, riding on a horse that he rented. He's gotta make a scene. Also, just everyone is disappointed with the party.
Yeah, I don't know why. There was a freaking horse there.
Yep.
Like, what the heck?
Cotton ends up giving Bobby a shotgun because, toxic cis dudes be like.
Yep. Oh my God, he did.
Yeah.
It was a loaded shotgun too.
You don't give a toy without batteries.
My fucking God.
Come and get your Tootsie Roll.
That's horrible.
Cotton just kind of continues to be toxic, and Bobby just kind of leeches off of him and kind of gains his mannerisms.
The impressionism of Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's a really impressionable character.
Could be an entire case study.
It's just because his parents just don't teach him anything, so he doesn't know anything.
He just needs information.
He really does. Cotton's car doesn't start, so that he, invites himself to stay at the thing.
Like a lot of older relatives tend to do.
Peggy obviously doesn't want this evil man to stay with him, but Hank continues to defend his father.
Oh yeah. I don't know why.
Cotton continues to be toxic with Bobby, and Luann fixes the car because she's the only one who is capable of doing it.
She's good at it.
But later it's revealed that Cotton removed the car part intentionally so that he could stay at the Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Hank struggles to defend Cotton because Bobby's continuing to pick up his weird habits.
Oh yeah.
Hank goes to confront Cotton about this, but Cotton explains how he lost his shins in WW2.
WW2! Lost your shins.
Because that's kind of his trope, is that every time he's told to be a decent human being, he just brings up that he's a war veteran.
That's his crutch.
Yeah, that really is. That's his only way of getting what he wants. Bobby continues to bring Cotton's toxicity to school, and he causes a weird protest, and he obviously gets in trouble for it, saying that cleaning your tray is woman's work.
Oh my God, that's the worst. That's Cotton.
Because of this, Hank struggles even more to defend his father in light of this. Cotton decides to take Bobby to the Hotel Arlen, which was a former brothel, and that's the last straw for Hank, and they intervene at the quote-unquote last minute, even though there really aren't any stakes. Hank finally stands up to Cotton, but Cotton tries to pull the pity card before he yells at Hank and then kind of just walks off. That's it.
He does.
And then it ends with Hank telling Bobby about respecting women and how Peggy is smarter than any of the men in his life that he knows.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad there was something.
Yeah, I'm really glad that they didn't just kind of gloss over the fact that, it's just his generation.
They were getting so close to not satirical writing in this one. That was really uncomfortable.
I think they should have spaced these last two episodes out a bit more.
Maybe.
It's getting a bit intense, because, obviously it is satirical, but...
Oh, yeah.
And it's real. This stuff happens. You can't walk around it, but I'm glad that they diffused it in the way that they did to put in the light that Luann is the one who fixes the car. Women are not second-class citizens.
Yep. So if you like being angry, watch that one.
Yeah. Or if you just hate women, watch it.
That would have worked too. They might cater to that if you really think you need that in your life. The way Min growled in this one.
I would too.
That was just funny to me. I laughed so hard. Just freaking growled. That's Min though. Min seems like a really nice mom.
Yeah.
But
I like Min a lot. She's a good character.
Strict, but in a good way.
Yeah. She's definitely the more lenient of the two.
Yeah. True. Freaking.
I feel like it's weird seeing Min in this light after seeing her in the later episodes, because she's more of a person, whereas this, she kind of just seems like the weird, out-of-touch foreigner person. But it's also revealed that she just does that as a character to get what she wants.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that maybe it could be that.
It could be. Joseph called Cotton an it.
Yeah, he did.
Where are its legs? Says Joseph. That was funny to me. It's just hilarious.
When Cotton was explaining his war stories, he brings up Fatty.
Mm-hmm.
And he explains that Fatty was eaten by a shark. That's a continuity error because
Was it really?
Fatty shows up in a different episode. That in the later seasons, Fatty is a character.
He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive. I don't know why they said that Fatty died.
That's hilarious. Maybe they put him in just to see who's watching.
Oh, yeah, probably. He does die later, though.
Oh my
Fatty's
God.
dead. I'm Fatty Jr.
Oh my God, really?
When they're disposing of Cotton's ashes.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Weird set of events.
Bobby thinks grave misuse of firearms is fun.
Yeah, as any 12-year-old does.
Yeah,
They'd
true.
all think it's cool.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna fucking shoot something right now. I'm Bobby. That's not how Bobby talks at all.
I'm gonna shoot something I'm up.
That was fucking loud.
Is that a better Bobby Hill impression?
Yes. The smacks and everything. What if he just fucking comes up smacking his legs? What are you talking about?
Slapping his thighs together, you know, the Bobby special.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Oh my God. Where did prop comedy go anyway?
It wasn't funny.
Oh. I don't like prop comedy, but
I think it was just replaced with just stand-up comedy in general. I feel like that was just kind of the medium, and I feel like also just kind of stand-up comedy is a lot better because you only need the audio from it, whereas prop comedy you need both mediums.
True. And you kind of want to think more when you go to a comedy. You're like,
Yeah.
that's funny and clever. Not like, oh, he's smashing a watermelon. Cool. Anyway, sexual harassment. Yay!
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. No.
No.
Not at all. That's just blows. Fucking ass grabbing. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
worst. I don't know. This one's really awkward.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, like I said,
This one's really cringy.
Yeah, it really is. But I mean, they did their job. That was the intention of the episode.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah. What if Joseph did that? What if Joseph took on Bobbyisms with Cotton, or Cottonisms with Bobby? How do you think Dale would?
I feel like he just wouldn't. He'd be like, "That's my boy."
Oh yeah.
I
guess
feel
you'd
like
say-
Nancy would be the one who has to step in
Oh
and
God.
fucking whoop Joseph.
Freaking Red Corn. He would have a talking,
Oh,
and it'd be really funny and
yeah.
awkward. We don't talk about Red Corn enough.
Yeah, John Redcorn doesn't really come in.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He needs to be more.
Yeah, he does have a few episodes in some of the later seasons where he just kind of shows up.
That's good. I
And
like
head
him.
is more fleshed out.
I like him as a character.
Yeah.
He's a very mellow but like angry guy.
Reasonably so. He doesn't
Oh.
really have anything to his name.
Nope, it blows.
And his only son, he can't really...
God, that would blow.
Yeah.
Fuck kids, but Christ.
Yeah, speaking of which, how do you feel about, like, the fan theory that Dale knows, but he's just playing stupid because he is happy that Joseph views him as his dad?
That is weird, but that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool theory.
Yeah, I've read this, like, weird, I don't know, fan fiction about Dale being, like, John Redcorn may be the father of Joseph, but he'll never be his dad.
Oh God.
He'll never experience the joys of him.
Oh my God, that's weird.
It's weird and spiteful, but I do like it.
Like Dale? That's fucking weird. I like
Yeah.
that.
I do like it. I mean, I know that's not the intention.
Oh, God,
the
no.
joke is that he doesn't see it, despite trying to be insightful.
Right. But Jesus, that would be pleasant.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
That would make me laugh so hard. Alright.
Episode 9, Peggy the Boggle Champ. Peggy teaches Min to play Boggle along with Luann and Nancy. While this is happening, the guys learn about the Dallas Mower Expo, which, as you can imagine, captivates the interest of all of them extremely.
Oh yeah.
At the same time, Peggy learns about the Boggle tournament that's going on in Arlen. As you'd expect, Peggy is really good and wins the tournament, and she decides to go on to state. Peggy asks Hank to coach for her, which gives Hank an excuse to go to Dallas, forgetting that he has to actually do coach things.
Has to do things, yeah.
The other guys get excited, and they're all invited along. Peggy and Hank are leaving for Dallas, and they leave Luann and Bobby alone. Both of them get very paranoid about leaving the house in a decent condition.
Yep.
At Dallas, Hank gets annoyed about being seen as Peggy's second man, so to speak. At the tournament, Peggy is introduced to the annoying previous winner named Sissy Cobb.
Sissy Cobb?
That's what her name is, Sissy Cobb.
Okay.
Hank tells Peggy that he's going to leave to the Mower Expo, but Peggy gets upset, understandably. Peggy is matched up with Sissy Cobb and loses immediately because she gets afraid. Peggy is really distraught about losing, and she's crying in the hotel room, and Hank is just poorly giving Peggy a pep talk, which makes things even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Loser! You're a loser!
Oh, my God.
You want a bottle? A big dirt bottle, you baby?
Fucking God. It's the worst.
It's day 2 of the tournament, and Hank dips out and is eventually peer pressured into going to the Mower Expo. At the expo, Hank starts to feel guilty as Peggy slowly gains more confidence and climbs up the ranks. Peggy gets increasingly nervous as she's placed against Sissy Cobb again, but without Hank. Peggy starts to struggle a lot as she continues to break her pencils due to stress. Peggy eventually breaks down to her last pencil where Hank shows up just in time for her to get the last word in and win the tournament. And then that's it. They just show up to the house being cleaned by a bunch of people because it's in a bigger mess than what they left.
Oh my God.
And they mistake the cleaners as partygoers and kick them all out.
From high school, yep.
Yeah. It's a school day.
Yeah, that was great. A lot of these shows have really simple, quick plots.
Yeah.
A lot of these episodes.
Yeah, this one just really went by fast. There weren't very many plot changes in this one.
It wasn't horribly memorable.
No.
We didn't show as much Mower show as I wish they did, honestly.
Yeah. I liked Boomhauer.
Yeah,
on the virtual lawnmower.
That was cool.
Nah, I ain't got no fingers.
Yeah, the virtual lawnmower. That was fucking great. Fucking VR in the 90s. That was wicked. That was cool. Baby, want a bottle?
A big dirt bottle?
Oh my God, I hate it. That was so...
It's funny because he called it a dirt bottle.
It was so out of nowhere.
It really is.
I was just horrified. I just stared at him like, what the hell's going on? Freaking... Oh my God. What was that? Where Hank was getting offered a wallet? And he's like, I already got one. Harley Davidson made one for me.
Oh yeah, because they obviously knew that Hank wasn't going to be interested in the Boggle Championship. They offered to take him to a wallet making class.
Oh my God.
To pass the time.
That's funny. He's like, I already got one. Harley Davidson made one for me. That showed character for sure.
Speaking of character, at the end, when Peggy wins and Hank is like, there's another thing Coach said he'd do if we won.
Oh my God.
And then he just makes out with Peggy.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable, dude.
I mean, yeah, like, that's a weird thing to say to kids.
Yeah.
They were kids when he was in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's Hank for you.
If you win, I'll kiss you. Even if you're 16 and I'm your coach. That's weird. Oh, well. Do people do that? I want to know.
There's got to be someone that does that. And
That's
says
weird.
it to be lol funny.
Lol funny.
They fucking XD at every chance they get.
Bobby would XD all the time if he could.
Does. Bobby is an emo boy.
Bobby wasn't in this one, was he?
Yeah, he was. He was with Luann.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep. Also, he's not an emo boy. What's wrong with you? That was stupid.
I'm Googling it.
Okay. Bobby as an emo boy?
There's gotta be fan art.
Fan art?
No. There's a blingy picture of Bobby, though.
A blingy What the fuck? That's hilarious.
I love it.
Wow.
They're like King of the Trill levels.
So, Joan?
Yes.
The Boggle hospitality coordinator.
Yes.
Had a thick Midwest accent.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny to me. That hit home.
Yeah, it's the same, I assume it's the same voice actress as the one that does the pastor in the future episodes of King of the Hill, because she has a Minnesotan accent, and it's pretty much the same accent.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool. There was one Easter egg that I'm sure they didn't put it in there. It just happened to get put in there from someone who wanted it in there. Where in the viewing room for the event that Hank sat in, the coach room,
Yep.
he was leaving to go help Peggy because he was in there and he saw it and he ran.
Yep.
And there was a chair in there with the names on them, all the chairs
Yep.
with the names on them. And this chair said Mr. Pegger Hill. It said Pegger Hill.
Pegger?
Pegger instead of Peggy.
Huh.
It wasn't his chair because he got up from his chair.
Oh.
And there was another chair that said Mr. Pegger Hill way up by the front.
That's weird.
That is weird, isn't it?
I don't know. I feel like they just didn't expect anybody to look at them.
And I just saw it and I was like, what the hell is that thing? That was great.
And I mean, I watched it through very legal means, of course. So,
yeah.
And those are normally very high quality, and it was too high quality, so I wasn't able to see.
Exclusively on ad-free Hulu,
Yes.
I presume.
Yes, of course.
Never torrented.
No.
What is a
would
torrent?
I don't know. I have never torrented a thing in my life.
Never, ever, ever, ever.
But yeah, it wasn't low quality. It was 480p, so I didn't really see the fine details.
Christ. Anyway. That's great. Also, what? Boggle tournament?
Boggle.
Was that just a thing? Do people do tournaments still?
I feel like there has to be.
Just tournaments for weird niche
Yeah, I mean...
board games?
Yeah. I think it's just a weird, obscure thing to give Peggy to do.
Yeah.
Alright, episode 10, Keeping Up with Our Joneses. Hank and Peggy are cleaning the bathroom, and Luann gets upset that Ladybird ate all of her makeup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bobby and Joseph are digging around in the trash for some reason, and they stumble upon a pack of cigarettes. So they're like, you wanna spark it?
You wanna spark it?
And then, so they do what every teenage boy does and go to the bathroom to try out cigarettes. Hank walks in on them mid-smoke, and
Oh, yeah.
and as punishment, Hank makes Bobby smoke a whole carton of cigarettes.
My God, man.
Meanwhile, Dale is proud of Joseph for smoking.
Right, that was hilarious, too. The duality of those two.
Honestly. Because of the weird smoking fiasco, they both get addicted to cigarettes. Hank continues to smoke at work. Peggy eventually finds out that Hank smokes. Peggy gives in to Hank's peer pressure and smokes as well. Meanwhile, Bobby gets increasingly more angry from withdrawal. The guys in the alley get annoyed with Hank smoking again. And then just everyone in the house figures out that the other smokes, despite hiding it from each other the whole time.
They didn't hide it very well.
No, it's pretty obvious that they would have found it eventually.
Yeah.
They all unanimously decide to try to quit. The whole family goes to an anti-smoking meeting where everyone gets mad when they find out that Bobby is smoking.
Yeah.
Despite being just a child, and they just kind of get kicked out of the event for it. It cuts to back at home where everybody gets increasingly mad from withdrawal, and Luann, being upset about all of this, decides to try to help. Eventually they just give in to their urges, and Luann gets more pissed and locks them all in a room where they all just kind of argue over who's going to smoke the cigarette, and then it just gets thrown out the window, man.
Yep.
Everyone realizes how stupid this all is and decides to put more effort into quitting. Meanwhile, there's just a storm that's happening. There's, I don't know, just kind of storytelling.
Yeah, it was good storytelling.
Yeah. The storm ends, and then the clouds clear, and then that's just the episode. And then it ends with a post-credit PSA with Boomhauer.
That was cool.
I liked that one.
That was funny. I didn't expect that at all.
There's your lung, man. There's your lungs, I'm smoking.
What was he holding up?
Air filters for the car.
Air filters?
Or something.
That was funny.
Some sort of filter.
That's Boomhauer.
Yeah, it is.
Why was Bill at the meeting? Was he just there to, or was he actually a smoker?
I feel like he was at one point. I think he mentioned it in the episode.
He was a smoker, and then he showed up, and he just kept going?
Yep.
Huh.
That's Bill for you. He's lonely. And
he does seem like that.
Yeah, this is kind of the first time where it shows Bill's weird loneliness.
True.
And Luann Saga was one of the first times that it referenced Bill being upset still over the divorce.
Yeah. That's a mix of shit coming through, I'll tell you what. Why is Hank teaching Bobby to smoke? Why did he tell him to freaking do it the right way, the American way?
It was just a muse to get Hank to smoke again because he wanted it. He wanted to have an opportunity to smoke again.
True.
Because he got addicted to the smoke.
Freaking advertisement for smoking in this one.
Yeah.
Kind of was an advertisement, honestly.
Well, I mean, they did show the part where, like, they realize that everybody who's smoking is old and gross, and
True.
that makes them want to quit even more.
It still puts the thought in your head, though,
Yeah.
for people that are trying to get off it.
And, like, everybody's angry all the time from, not smoking.
It's horrible.
I think it's alright.
Bobby is trying to bum in the streets.
He
Bum a
was.
cigarette.
He was trying to fucking...
What was Luann doing with cramming pennies? Why was Luann cramming pennies in the door jamb? What is that?
To lock it.
It locks it?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you can't open the thing.
What?
Yep.
How does that work? So you just you just cram it in the door jamb and it doesn't open because of friction?
Yeah, because the pennies are wedged.
Oh wow! Well, how are they ever gonna get it open eventually?
Luann will let them out when they recover.
Well, how do you get the pennies out? She like jammed them in there. I've never seen that before. I'm gonna have to try that on myself.
All right.
Bill just wants to be loved.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, the
Yeah.
thing. And everyone is like, what? Because he just wasn't thinking. He just wanted to be with Hank on something.
Yep.
And then he probably ruined that.
Yep.
I feel bad for him.
That's his character. He's supposed to.
Yeah, true. I didn't like this episode very much.
Yeah, I wasn't really into this one either.
I think this was another one where I was just eating, sitting around.
I really like the next one, though.
Oh. The next one?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Season 1.
This one actually is another point where the B-plot is actually meaningful and it converges with the thing. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. Episode 11, King of the Anthill. Hank mows his lawn in preparation for the Cinco de Mayo block party that they're having.
As one does.
Yeah. Khan is being annoying as usual and claims that his lawn is better, and it is, and Hank gets jealous over it. Peggy convinces Hank that Dale's pesticides are what's killing his lawn, and Dale is upset when Hank tells him to not spray anymore. They go to a hardware store to get tools to prepare for his lawn, and Hank becomes obsessed with this high-end sod that he finds. And he eventually caves in and installs it in his lawn, or whatever, however you install a lawn. I didn't know what word to put here.
I don't get it. I don't understand what...
Dale, being jealous, sneaks a fire ant queen into Hank's new lawn.
What an asshole.
Yeah. Hank figures out about the ants and buys parasitic flies to kill them.
Which is weird. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. I wonder if it's a real thing. I mean, I know there are parasitic flies that kill ants, but I don't know if they're marketed to, solve them.
That'd be cool.
Because, like, ants, they have multiple bills,
They come up other places.
Yeah.
It's probably just a gimmick or something.
Probably. I think it's just a plot thing. Bobby feels bad about the ants being, killed off in such a horrible way.
Oh, yeah.
So he decides to save some. Yeah, and
shit hits the fan with that one. What the fuck was that?
Dale finds out about the parasitic flies and, sabotages it so that Hank ruins his lawn even more.
Mm-hmm.
Hank gets pissed off that the ant problem is just as bad, and he goes over it with a mower, making things even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, in Bobby's room, he inhales ant queen pheromones, which makes him weird and hypnotized and wanting to fulfill the queen's needs.
Yeah, that was what the hell was going on? I love it, though.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
It was really good.
Oh my god, I've never seen something like that before.
Hank gets really desperate and apologizes to Dale because of his ant situation and asks him to spray his lawn again.
Yeah.
Dale's chemical immediately kills Hank's lawn the day before the Cinco de Mayo party. And Hank is so upset about this that he just gives up altogether.
Yep.
Just does not want a lawn anymore.
Depression. Yeah.
At Dale's house, Peggy goes downstairs and finds out about Dale hoarding a bunch of ant queens.
Oh, yeah.
Peggy immediately rats to Hank, and Hank, of course, gets pissed and tries to kick Dale's ass.
I would kick his ass, too.
That's a horrible thing to do.
That was a really fucked up scene. He tried to hit him.
That is Dale's lowest that he's ever been.
That was horrible.
While Hank is trying to, kill Dale,
Bobby
shows up covered in ants.
Oh my god. That's totally Bobby too.
Because he's good with the ant kingdom, so they all swarm on him.
Oh my god.
Dale sacrifices himself to help Bobby get all the ants onto him. Because,
God.
to quote Dale, they've been waiting for this moment for a long time.
Oh my god, I love it.
And Dale kind of just passes out cold, and Hank thinks that he's dead and apologizes for all of the things that he did.
Has to wait until your friend is dead to ever apologize.
Ever show emotion.
Yeah.
Dale wakes up and is like, what? I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
And then, because everybody feels bad, everybody donates some of the grass on their lawn to Hank.
That was kind of neat.
And then it ends.
That was crazy. I love Dale in this one. He's a fucking madman.
Yeah.
He's a freaking terrorist.
Yeah, it shows him at his rawest.
Yeah.
Also, the post-credit scene is just Hank mowing his tiny lawn. But I did notice a coloring error in this one.
Did you?
It shows just like a tiny bit in the corner of Khan's lawn, and it's the same color as the dirt on Hank's lawn because it's just all one thing. So it makes it look like Khan doesn't have any grass in his lawn either.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
so
weird.
yeah, they just forgot to color it differently.
Oh wow.
I guess you could argue that was the patch that Khan donated to Hank, but
it's a weird spot.
Yeah.
To take a patch of grass from.
Just the very corner. But yeah, I think it's just a coloring error. I think they just overlooked it.
Yeah. Wow. So, one good quote. My lawn is in a constant state of readiness. From Hank.
Yeah, that's Hank's character,
That was
right?
great. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a pretty girl with short hair. Hank talking about grass on his lawn. Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. That was funny. I thought of you instantly.
I'm glad that my type has been hammered into your brain.
Oh my god. It's there until I die, I swear to, just like my frickin' school lunch code. Oh my god. Oh my god, Hank. He said, without my lawn, I am Bill.
That's what I was saying, dude. Bill was kind of just written to be Hank Light.
That was really funny. I really liked that scene.
Hank, but in the military.
I completely agree. Bobby's mind control.
Yeah, doesn't that make you want to huff
Queen pheromones?
Yeah.
No.
You think Ants Canada has something to say? Maybe that's why it has so many ants.
Oh shit.
Bobby grew up to be Ants Canada.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Check out Ants Canada, I guess.
Yeah, I like
You'll
it.
see Bobby.
Yeah.
That's crazy. YouTube.com
/user/Ants Canada.
There you go.
Get the bell on.
Get the bell on. Where do you get so many ants? Why does he have so many ants?
I mean, he is an exterminator. He could just kind of relocate them.
It doesn't seem like he gets any work, though, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. This is the first mention of Dale having a job in the series, which is interesting. Did you like the part where Hank is trying to get Dale back? Hank gets all emotional about his lawn, and Dale was like, damn, I was just trying to hold out for $250.
I did, yeah, that was funny.
Never lowball your friends, kids.
Never play Roblox either.
Never make King of the Hill OCs in Roblox and send it to me.
Please do.
Twitter.com/subconscious garbage.
Yes. Last one of the season.
Moving on to the last episode of the season. Plastic White Female.
Oh my god. That's funny. Whoa!
I fucking lol every day because of this.
Because of this
shit.
theme.
Alright. Bobby and Joseph are spitting out cars over the freeway passing. Joseph invites Bobby over to a party where he says there's gonna be girls there. Bobby immediately gets nervous. Meanwhile, Luann is struggling with beauty school because she's Luann and she sucks at it.
Yeah.
She asks everybody in the house if she can work on their hair. And she finally asks to practice on Hank, but Hank is really reluctant. Hank finds out about the party that Bobby's going to, but Bobby doesn't really want to go, despite Hank being really excited that Bobby's growing up.
Going to a girl party, yes.
Exactly. Luann tells Bobby that he's only nervous because he needs practice, and he gets increasingly nervous about girls at school.
Mm-hmm.
Luann is given a practice wig at school for her final, and Bobby decides that he does not want to go to the party. Hank immediately gets upset about this decision, saying that he's just kind of being childish and should go do more things, go get out of his comfort zone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Bobby immediately falls in love with the practice head that Luann has.
Oh my god, he does fall in love.
Yeah. So while Peggy and Luann are out, Bobby steals the head to practice, you know, stuff, courtship on the head thing.
Street love making.
Exactly.
Bobby's a lover, not a fighter.
Hank gets increasingly annoyed about the fact that his hair is growing out. Bill then offers to let Luann practice on the military people at Bill's work so that she has experience, because it's just going to get shaved off anyway.
That was a good decision.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That was a really
smart.
good plot device of Bill's weird job. Bobby changes his mind about the party because he has a newfound sense of confidence. But then it all gets cut short when Bobby figures out that they're going to play Spin the Bottle there, and Bobby doesn't really know how to kiss. So naturally, you'd expect Bobby to, you know, make out with the plastic head, and Peggy walks in right in the middle of it.
And there was a good exchange happening right there.
Yeah.
That was really just back and forth. The good stuff.
Both Hank and Peggy are both upset about their son being a weirdo and kissing a plastic head. Hank confiscates the head for Bobby's own good because he realizes what the purpose of it was and decides to take it away.
Which I don't know why that makes any sense, considering he wanted Bobby to go to the party in the first place.
Yeah, but that's
Hank for you.
Hank.
Priorities.
Yeah. Hank gets fed up with it when Bobby tries to steal it, and he saws it in half, forgetting its original purpose, that Luann needed it.
For the final, yeah.
So Luann uses Hank as a stand-in because he broke the thing.
Yep.
And Luann immediately fails the final and is upset about this. Hank admits how much he loves the haircut and how he thinks Luann did a great job despite his weird imperfections in his head.
Yep.
The teacher breaks down and admits that she was wrong in having a power trip and passes Luann anyway. Bobby ends up going to the party but gets cold feet and runs into the alley. Connie intercepts Bobby in the alley and admits that she's also practicing kissing, but on her hand. Connie then suggests that they practice making out on each other, to which they do. Oh, it's getting spicy.
They do the wet.
It's getting spicy.
They share a wet whistle, I tell you what.
Oh, it's getting on.
Alright.
Bobby finally goes to the party, and during Spin the Bottle, Bobby gets confused and kisses Nancy, and it just
Oh my god, he lunged at Nancy.
Yeah, he fucking leaped
in
at it.
slow-mo.
It was. She freaks out, too.
I would too.
Yeah.
Little fucking 12-year-old fucking
thing.
dolphin dives towards my face. That was
Lips
crazy.
puckered and everything.
That was the last thing you saw in that season.
That's the send-off of the season.
I wouldn't like it any other way.
That's how it ends.
Oh my god. Did you ever spit on cars on the overpass?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes.
See, I've never done that. I had a bridge by my house growing up.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And I never did that.
Oh.
Maybe it's because my parents fucking just told me get the fuck away from that bridge because it ain't safe, because it wasn't fucking safe.
Yeah, that bridge is...
Could jump easy.
Oh, yeah. That is no guardrail.
No, yeah, I just never did it. Never threw rocks, never did anything. You know, I'd get in trouble, didn't want to deal with it. Jeff Foxworthy doesn't take funny pills. Did you know that, Adam?
He did say, I forgot about that part.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Jeff Foxworthy. Where did he go?
Fucking away, I hope.
Oh, you didn't like Jeff Foxworthy? I like Jeff Foxworthy. Back when I was younger, when I was Bobby's age, I really did like Jeff Foxworthy.
But I grew up.
And that guy and the Country Fried Home Videos guy.
Oh yeah, Bill Engvall.
Bill Engvall, yeah. That was some good shit back then when we didn't have priorities or issues or King of the Hill.
There are a few animation errors in this one, specifically with coloring again. In a scene where Bobby is drinking grape soda, the palette shifts and it turns from silver to gold.
This one was so distracting.
Yeah, and it actually turns, I think what happened with the grape can specifically, with Animation Studios specifically, they have like a set palette of what they want the colors to be, and I think that they mistook the grape can as an Alamo beer can, not understanding, and that's why they colored it gold.
That's weird, because it was just like that in the one foreground, in that one frame.
Yep.
And then it just was the same.
I feel
as
like somebody must have just gotten that one frame and then was like, oh, I don't understand what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna go with the reference sheet.
Dang.
And there's another scene where the guys are in the alley and they're drinking Alamo, but they forgot the color in the label. So it comes out as gold and white.
They did.
Rather than the typical gold and red.
A lot of can discrepancies.
Yeah, they're really confused about the cans in this one.
But then again, why are we looking at the cans?
Because I like weird animation errors. I like animation a lot.
Allie likes cans, confirmed.
Oh shit, the cat's out of the bag.
Oh,
meow,
shit.
meow, meow.
Oh.
That's what I say.
Okay.
The beans be spilt.
Oh my god.
They're everywhere.
Stop.
Someone pick up these beans. Help. I'm drowning.
I don't.
Kill me.
Oh.
Put me out of my misery.
Okay. Oh my god.
End my suffering.
No. Mrs. Doubtfire lunchbox.
Yeah, Peggy. Fuck.
Bobby
has a fucking Mrs. Doubtfire lunchbox.
That was funny.
And I'm glad that you saw it too.
Yeah, I saw it in the last second and I rewinded and I was like, that's a Miss Doubtfire.
Yeah. Bobby of all people.
Hank was very upset at Bobby, as always.
Yeah.
I could have said that in any episode.
Yeah.
It would have worked out.
Literally every episode, and you would have been adding nothing, dude.
Hank was really upset at Peggy because Bobby, he's not a late bloomer.
Oh, yeah.
But he's probably a late bloomer.
Yeah. I was an early bloomer, if anything. I hit puberty really early, which is why I'm weird and like this.
I hit puberty like the end of high school.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's weird.
I had the worst late bloomer issues.
You're Bobby, dude.
I am. What? Oh my god. I had the stupid fucking bowl cut too.
You did.
Oh my god. Wow.
Bobby has a buzz cut, though.
Well, up here it's a bowl cut. Down there it's a buzz cut.
I guess. Did you ever practice making out when you were younger?
No.
Really?
I did not like it at all.
Oh, I did it a lot on my hand.
I did not have any. I thought girls were yucky.
Oh.
I had girlfriends in elementary school and I did not like them. And I had this girlfriend. What?
Yeah, I was really into girls. I didn't really know what the emotions were at the time, but I was into them. But yeah, I just kind of made out with weird things. My hand, my pillow,
God.
The weird taxidermy deer forms that my dad had.
Oh, not those.
Yeah.
I look at those.
Oh,
That's fucking...
they didn't have skin on them. It was just the styrofoam thing.
Okay, that's a little better.
Yeah.
But still, I'd love to see that.
Specifically the antelope one. That one was hot.
Oh.
Okay. I don't think I think that's it.
This left.
Oh.
So we're gonna keep
well,
going.
yeah. I'm out of subjects. You go. The spotlight is on you.
Only someone like Bobby would fall in love with a freaking mannequin head.
Yeah. I would too, given the opportunity.
I don't know why. It's a big pizza pie. I don't like it. That was awkward to me. I cringed the whole time.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it's meant to do, huh?
Yeah, it's supposed to be weird, but like it's justifiable. He wanted practice. Luann told him that he needed to practice.
True.
What are you talking about?
Also,
that was this episode, wasn't it?
Oh my god, I don't remember. I know he did it in the first season, didn't he?
Yeah, he did do it in the first season.
He did it once.
What are you talking about?
Oh, if you find it.
What are you talking about?
Oh my god. Alright. What? So when Bobby was almost caught kissing the head and had, like, cans of soda out, like, they had one and he had one, he just fucking chugged them both.
Oh, yeah, he fucking double fisted them,
fucking
dude.
gone. Yo, shotgun those bitches. Double barrel. Yeah. And he's like, nothing. right when they walked in, they didn't even say anything to him.
Yep.
That was funny. Guilt. Oh. What?
Guilt.
Press square to guilt. Get it?
No.
Hell, I'm proud of you too, Dad. Well, that's more kids. Bobby said that. More kids need to be proud of their parents, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe if they gave them something to be proud about.
Yeah, that's true. Anyone around here, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
Anyone I know.
I don't know anybody respectable around here.
You. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. When Bobby pulled the ketchup out of his robe, I thought of you.
that is totally. I have done that on multiple occasions.
I love it. I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that. I just that's you.
Yeah, that is that. Yeah, all these weird. Every time you see something weird in King of the Hill, it's probably related to me in some way.
That was just funny. Maybe you just fell on it or something.
Oh yeah, Hank trying to justify the Bobby making out with the mannequin.
That's some weird shit, tell you what.
What you listening to, son? There you go, we're gonna improv.
Tarzan.
I like this new generation of music.
Oh god, I didn't expect that. I wanted to bring one more thing up.
Okay.
Why was there a lock on the cabinet above the counter?
My old house had one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, they're not very. I don't know where the fuck the key was for it, but.
Oh god, what do you think's in it?
Well, it was unlocked.
Oh, okay. I thought it was locked and you just know what was in it.
No. It was just unlocked. There was just the option to lock it.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen that before. Why would a kid be up there? That's the only reason I could think to lock a cabinet.
Maybe to, keep a safe or something in there.
Weird.
Just to, put, I don't know.
Must be old people thing.
Yeah. Hashtag just old people things.
Yeah. That was my favorite episode, I think.
Yeah, definitely in the first season, this was probably mine, too.
Strong
Either
end.
that or the one with the Super Newton bones.
Strong beginning, strong end.
Yeah, it kept strong the whole way.
Keeps you running.
Not to mention, the B-plot was, thick and heavy, and it just went on through the whole episode.
Oh, hell yeah.
There were two different plots that were coinciding, and they converged many times.
A lot of jokes.
Oh, yeah.
They were really good. A lot of memes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Peggy loves that phrase. I wish Peggy said that every episode. We need a Koya counter.
We should.
That'd be great. If we ever stream, it'll be in there.
Yeah.
Well,
that's about it for King of the Hill Season 1.
That's the fucking thing, I tell you. Drip, 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 dribble. Dale Gribble.
Dale, you giblet head, I'm gonna squeeze your butt.
Oh my god, wait, what? He didn't say that.
That's Hank's signature catchphrase, dude.
Oh, he just does the little homophobia.
Yeah, he tricks off his friends, dude. I don't know.
So he just kind of does that.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know why you haven't noticed it. It's in all the episodes. We're just,
Oh, is that after the credits or before
But during the credits.
it's happening, but the credits are over it?
It is, they chroma keyed the white out of the credits and Hank jerking off his friends.
Oh my, what's chroma keyed?
Where you take a specific color and then you replace it with an image. Like green screens.
Oh.
They chroma keyed the white out and...
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
That would be really funny.
But not okay.
No.
Well, this shithole's fucking done.
Follow us if you want to keep up with this for some reason. Yeah. Subscribe, get the whatever. Share it to your friends. I don't care.
Follow.
I'm not a cop. We have a Patreon if you want to pressure us into making more content.
Oh my god, please don't. Also do.
Do it. Make me feel pain.
That would
make me feel obligation.
Oh my god. I don't know why you say those things.
I tell you what, you baby, you want a bottle? A big dirt bottle? I think we can end recording now.
Nah, dude.
Okay. We could just end it at that.
I will.
Okay.